Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? It's your girl, the Brooke Ashley. And today we are here to talk about some hot topics. As y'all see from the title, it's a lot to talk about, right? I got a lot to say, especially about that about Bose on Jason Lee's show earlier today. I have a lot of thoughts because I listened to the whole entire interview. It was an hour and 20 minutes, 28 minutes long, same time as Kelly's interview with Carlos King yesterday. But y'all, I have some thoughts. Foolery. Foolery. Let's get into it, y'all. Oh, you are so funny. You are so funny. Listen, it really showed me how much she's really not needed on Beverly Hills. The interview was so dry. One of the driest interviews. Like, say what you want about Kelly on Atlanta, but at least Kelly gives you something, even if they're all delusions. But Bose, it feels like you're in an HR meeting. We'll talk. Let's get in, y'all. Come on in the room. Let's get some more people back in the room, y'all. How are y'all doing? Yes, it's Whiskey Wednesday. Yay. I know that's right. Hey, friend. How are you? Thank you. Hey, Jameer. Hey, y'all. I was like, don't backpedal now. We gonna talk. Because when Jason Lee read one of her comments about Kyle, how she called Kyle a liar, and she was like, wait, I said that? I don't remember saying that. I said, girl, you have a very selective memory when it comes to what you said in the past. We're gonna talk, y'all. Bo's trying to save face. The interview didn't give anything. Like, she didn't give enough to save face. Like, you like, it was an hour and 28 minutes of nothing. Even talking about her Beverly Hills experience, it was like pulling teeth. It was trying to get blood out of a turnip. And the interview was put up, 5 or 6 hours ago, and it still only has 2,000 views. So it shows you that nobody's interested. Y'all, Osmond, you have me screaming. You're the first person I heard talk about it. I wanted to jump on it because, let's start off with the Bose interview first, right? So if you don't know, Jason Lee, Hollywood Unlocked, Bose was on his platform the other day. The interview went up today, this morning. I saw a clip of it floating around Instagram, and I said, oh, let me check this out. Let me see what she has to say. The first 38 minutes, she's talking about her upbringing and her corporate career. No shade, boring. Like, it's no shade. At the 42-minute mark, we finally start talking about Beverly Hills, her time on the show, and there's nothing going on. That it's only like a 3-minute segment, right? They bring up her and Amanda. No accountability whatsoever. She's talking about Amanda started with her first. Amanda came in thinking that we were the same. And then she started talking to me like, I'm mediocre, just like her. I said, girl, you still can't take any ownership that you were in the wrong. I was so irritated. You know good and well that you picked at Amanda first. Amanda did not start with you. What are you talking about? She still can't own it. And she says, yeah, I set her straight. I let her know. We are not the same. I let her know. I checked her. She tried to check me. I checked her. Did you really check her, though? Because I want to know, where did you check Amanda? Amanda, I felt, was so beaten down at that reunion. She just caved and said, you know what, Bose, I'm sorry. Amanda knew she did not do anything wrong to you, that you owed her an apology. She said she set her straight. I was too done. She channeled Monique's mother. I'm screaming. You said 3,800 views now? Listen, Any other housewife who's been on Jason Lee's platform, they've garnered 20,000 views in the first hour. K. Michelle's interview with him did numbers. She comes on, child, I think she's another one that I feel is delusional. I think she's delusional. And then when she says, it's just so hard because, you have the fans talking about stuff. They don't know what they're talking about and they're running their mouths and you want to set it straight. And it's like, girl, but you're in the comments fighting back with people, not owning up to what you do. So then Jason Lee asked her about Garcelle. He said, Bose, why'd you let those white ladies run Garcelle off the show? These are Jason Lee's words. I didn't say it. That's what Jason Lee said. All right. I have the clip right here. She gave the most non-answer I have ever heard in my life, y'all. Yes, she's delusional. There's no charisma. There is no charisma there. That's exactly what it is. She's not charismatic. She's not magnetic. She's not interesting. The entire interview felt like an HR meeting. There's never a time where she lets loose. She's just, baby, please save your time. The interview was a chop. I was not interested at all. I had to skip through like the first 38 minutes were so boring. I had to watch it in 2 times speed. I'm gonna play you the clip right now of Jason Lee addressing her about Garcelle, why she let those women run Garcelle off the show. Let me know what you guys think about Bose's answer. Hold on.
Beverly Hills. I see you go over there to Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills
had Garcelle.
Yeah.
And Garcelle is black, and she black. She pro-black.
Yeah.
But you going in there, I was a little nervous at how they were going to be able to handle it.
So I can see people for exactly who they are almost immediately.
But Erica Jane, she tried you.
No, it was probably Amanda in this past season. She's the only person who's tried me.
But you gathered her.
She found out. Yeah. Now, I would have had no problem if she didn't come at me like as if like, oh, she was going to school me.
Yeah.
Don't start no won't be no
Right.
That's my theory.
Right.
And so it's like, I wasn't about to start anything until I felt like she started. And I was like, oh, okay. You're going to learn today.
Why'd you let all those white women run Garcelle away?
I believe it was fundamentally the breakdown of her friendship with Sutton. I think that's what happened. I think it hurt her.
Sutton, is she a sipper?
Wait, what's a sipper mean? Oh, like liquor?
Yeah.
I think she used to be a sipper.
Because she seems to always have something going on.
Yeah, but I think that was part of the whole issue that she had, you know, and even with like her friendship with Garcelle, I think that's what happened. It's like, I think it was affecting a lot of things. She lost a lot of friends, like personal, real friends.
Kyle, do you like Kyle?
Yes, I like Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you called Kyle Richards a liar on the record. You said, I think she is a liar. Let me make that correct on why Dorit listens to her more than Kyle.
No, I just think that they cannot hear each other. They don't like each other. So I'm like, why don't they just admit that and then move on?
If you could bring back any other housewife, who would you bring back?
Ooh, child. Now here he go.
So y'all, you guys saw that 2.5 minute clip. That was the extent of the Beverly Hills portion. She went on and on about Kathy Hilton giving her diamonds while she was doing a speech at some party that she had. That was really it. Jason Lee does circle back towards the end to ask her more about the women. He reads one of her statements about Kyle being a liar, where she is like, wait, did I say that? I said that? I don't remember saying that. Then she circles back on the Garcelle topic and says, actually, if I'm being honest, I want Garcelle back on the show. I want to see Garcelle activated because I know she can do it. So I guess that was her way of saying, I'm on Garcelle's side. But you guys saw in this clip, there was a whole lot of nothing. It was word salad and baby, just a waste of everybody's time. The delusions. Did you hear her say that she checked Amanda? Amanda came for her and she checked her? No, ma'am. Delusional. If you're going to be delusional, please be charismatic. Child, I can't with her. Baby, let me tell you something. Trying to save face now. Babe, listen. No, she is. She really is. But Bose, you've never been activated yourself. Okay, can we talk about that? Because her trying to be activated with Amanda was a flop. All of that, Amanda girl, trying to tell her off when she cursed at her at the reunion, said, who the hell were you talking about? Like, girl, you're right. There has been no activation on Bose's part either. So her saying, I want to see Garcelle activated. I want her to come back to the show and see her be activated. Girl, we've never seen you activated. You don't even have a real storyline. She did. Jason Lee brought up when she got into that tiff with Andy on Instagram, because you remember how at the reunion, the clip of Andy questioning her about, CMOs, that's a long position. And she's like, no, Andy, it's not. Like, it's, a very transient position. Like, it's a very short turnover. And he's like, oh, really? I didn't know that. So then when the clip got circulated on Instagram, she was in the comments saying, let me educate you, Andy Cohen. CMOs have a shelf life of 4 years max. And so he got in the comments saying, I've been corrected. I'm sorry. So Jason Lee asked her about that. He's like, oh, so you checked Andy Cohen. So he says, he asked her, were you scared to do that? Because that is your boss. She's like, no, I wasn't afraid at all. I had to set the record straight because, I had to let him know. It's like, okay, girl, first of all, that was so unnecessary for you to do that, for you to make that video trying to address Andy saying, Andy, get your facts straight. It's like, girl, it's enough already. If he's saying that the CMO at NBC has been there for 20 plus years, you getting mad about you were only the CMO at Pepsi and Uber and Apple for only 2 years. He's just saying what he knows. And Lord knows I have my opinions about Andy. But at the end of the day, I didn't think he wasn't being shady. He was genuinely surprised when you said, oh, a CMO is a very short title, a very short position. He was like, oh, really? I didn't know that. Because our CMO has been here for like umpteen years. It's too much. Yes, very much. Too much, Takeda. Very much so. First of all, that meme will go down in history, okay? Baby, Bose gives them to my office. I'm over her HR personality. Girl, you had the time and opportunity to do so. How you getting mad months later? That's what I'm saying. Like, she could have, and that's my thing. If she were that mad about what Andy said at the reunion, why didn't you address him there? For her to, they filmed the reunion, wrapped it up, then 8 weeks later, it premieres. Now she's getting on Instagram saying, Andy, get your facts straight. Why didn't you say, hey, Andy, let me educate you real quick while we're right here face to face? You do it on Instagram? And now she wants to, act like, yeah, girl, yeah, honey, I wasn't afraid to speak up, even though he is my boss. I wasn't afraid to speak up. Okay, sure, Jan. It's just like, I just find her to be very disingenuous, and it's sad because I was rooting for her. I wanted to give her a chance. I gave her a chance that her first season on the show, but she lost me towards the end. This last season, a complete chop. Yes, she is a try-hard. You are so silly. Bose needs to marry Keely and move on down to San Diego. I might see her at the mall, child. You know what's really funny? I was surprised that Jason Lee didn't ask her more about her relationship. He only touched on her trying to have another child with Keely, and that was it. I was waiting for Jason Lee to say, because Jason Lee, we know that Jason Lee is not afraid to ask the questions. So she must have said, hey, Jason, please don't ask me this, or this. Because any other time, Jason Lee's going to ask you, okay, what does your man do? Who has more money? Does he have more money? He didn't ask her any of that, because that's what I was waiting for. I said, now, Jason, you have really softened up a whole lot, because Jason does not play with his questioning. He's very blunt in your face. He will ask you what you don't want to be asked. So the fact that he didn't ask her, the fans always chatter about how your man does not have a job. What does he do for a living? None of that was asked. None of that. He didn't ask, because who cares? Baby, when I tell you, he will ask some stuff that you do not want him to ask, and he didn't ask her any of the juicy questions that I was waiting for. It was all about her time at all the companies that she was a CMO of, at Pepsi, Uber, Apple, Netflix, and it was her upbringing, where she got her confidence from. 2 Minutes of Beverly Hills. back to her tenure at Netflix, Apple, Pepsi, and Uber. And then it was a 5-minute game at the end. We didn't get any of the juicy questions. She definitely told him not to ask. I agree. She did. A disappointment. Fighting the wrong fights. I agree. Nobody's interested. Yes, like he very much so. He will ask, like he will literally ask you the questions that you don't want to be asked. And the fact that he didn't ask her about what does Keely do, set the record straight, because Jason hears the chatter amongst us about Bose and Keely. So the fact that he didn't ask her, listen, girl, what does your man do? Because the folks are saying he don't have a job, that you're paying his way. What does he do? And he didn't ask any of that. I said, wow. The same way that Andy did not press her about what he did at this past reunion, because all she said was, I was so upset at Kyle saying that, and seeing the fans saying that, seeing the fans get so upset that he would ask a question about what if he lost his job. And I was waiting for Annie to say, yes, what does he do? Does he make more money? Do you make more money? Well, we know she makes more money, but I digress. But the fact that nobody's asked her that tells me that her team or herself, they are begging people, please don't ask what Keely does. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. You said, get a tissue, babe, a professional leech. Listen, honey, he got paid, but who cares what Keely does? Child, he's a couch surfer. She would have gave word salad. We are still asking, what does that man do for a living? Is he employed or not? Exactly. Baby, when I tell you, Millie, you're in the chat today, right? Millie is not playing with Keely and Bose. She's embarrassed by him then. Not according to Millie, she don't. Oh, wait, hold on. Because Millie had us all screaming in that last live. Millie was like, no, babe, I clocked it. Them funds are funny. What checks is he cashing? In this absence of the questions, looks like avoidance of answers. It only feels like our concerns are valid. I agree. Baby, let me tell you something. Andy won't ask the real questions. Listen, let me tell you. Yeah, no, it was. Let me tell you something right now. It was a boring interview. It was a very boring interview. Millie had me screaming. Millie said, I seen a lot of funny money back in my day. Millie, step up, honey. We need your thoughts on this mess. Yes, Millie, are you in here? Millie, if you're in the chat, please say hey, because we need your thoughts right now. Millie, when I tell you Millie was eating them both up 2 lives ago, had us all screaming. Does he have a W-2? That's what I want to know. Oh, you said Andy can't ask. He's barely working too. Now you know. But Andy has a brand new $20 million home in Amagansett out east. He's worth $150 million. Okay. Andy just bought that brand new $27 million penthouse here in the city. Andy's paid. He might be barely working and coasting resting on his laurels, but he's paid. He's paid. According to LinkedIn, he sells medical devices, but I don't believe it. The fact that she has yet to say what he does is alarming to me. We have yet to hear him say what he does. The only thing that she said was he's an entrepreneur, and she made mention of them being in business together. Oh, honey, he is rich. Okay, that coin is real long. You said Andy's in retirement age. I give him a break on working, but he's gonna sit up there and and hold on to this title though until the bitter end, honey. He's not giving it up. Yeah, and a new rich baby daddy. Yes, his baby's father is not baby's father. What? Let me not put out rumors, honey. No, his new boyfriend. His boyfriend, I believe, has a lot of money too. Is coined up, I think, in investment banking, if I'm not mistaken. You got to really suck to have a boring Jason Lee interview. I agree. You said Andy has money though. Oh no, he does. Andy can do it when he got the coin, baby. When you worth 150 million, you could sit there and just do just like this, and just say, okay, moving on. Okay, when you got it, you can just sit up there and give half-assed effort when you got it like that. So. Child, I said they about to get me tripped up, honey. Oh, hey, how are you? I'm happy you're in the chat. Jason Lee probably wanted to delete this Bose video. He probably will, because it's not getting any views, because nobody cares. Even when they asked her, Jason Lee asked her about her show, the show that got canceled with Jimmy Fallon. It's like, who's the next big corporate star, whatever the show is called. They like go and meet business owners. Jason Lee asked her about the show, and when I tell you, her response put me to sleep. I was like, girl, nothing about you is interesting. Yes, honey. No, because hold on. No, listen, messing up his YouTube channel metrics. No, listen, y'all. Listen, YouTube is so shady. Don't let you have a video that's underperforming. YouTube will make you feel so bad about it if a video's performing poorly, especially when you're hitting 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 views, like whatever your high is, right? So let's say you're a content creator and your a great video for you is 20,000 views, and an average video for you is between 10 and 14,000, right? If you hit under that 10,000 threshold, the way they will let you know this video is doing poorly, girl. What did you do? Change the thumbnail, make the topic more interesting. The way they will give you, baby, YouTube will really have you effed up if you have a video that's not performing well. They make you feel so bad. So I know that the YouTube analytics, if he's checking them right now for this interview, they're telling him that this video is performing so poorly. It has missed the mark, especially if you're getting 100,000 views per video, 300,000 views, and then to get a 3,000 view video, it's like, baby, just delete the whole video. Delete the whole video, honey. Oh, baby, they will let you know, baby, you need to change it up. Change that thumbnail. They'll even ask you, is the topic interesting? Like, why aren't your subscribers watching this? Like, they'll let you know, like, babe, you took a wrong turn. That's why sometimes when folks will ask you to review a show, and it's like, I understand you want me to review it, but if I know that the show, the viewership's not going to be great, I'm not going to waste my time, because I can't listen. I love y'all down, but I'm going to sit up here and put out a video that gets 5,000 views, and they're telling me like, girl, what happened? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I have to really love the show down to do that. You like where it's like, I don't even care. It's not about the views. Let me just talk to the 20 people who watch it with me, whatever. But if I don't feel that calling, yes, like OC, because listen, when it comes to my Housewives recaps, Potomac is like, for me, that is the Rolls Royce of my recaps. Like, when they see that I put Potomac in that title, YouTube puts it straight to the top, because my Potomac reviews do like, an average one will do like 25,000, 30,000 views to 60,000 views. The highest one was 98,000, right? When a certain person got assaulted, but I digress. Atlanta does really well. They all do. Beverly Hills does well. The only one that's like, is OC. Like, OC will give me a cute 10 to 12,000, maybe a cute 16 to 18,000 views. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, like a 7,000 viewed video, it's just, they're just like, damn, girl, like what happened? Oh, you see it too? Yeah, Jameer, we need Jameer. I'm screaming. Yeah, okay. I didn't realize that it was spam. Jameer, Jameer, where you at for Osmond? Y'all see it? YouTube tapping people on the shoulder like, babe, what's going on? No, for real, it does. They do that. They'll tap you on the wrist like, baby, are you slipping? What's going on, babe? Because you used to putting up numbers. You having an off day? Why aren't your people watching this video? Yes, very much so. Very much so. You see me, friend. Y'all have me screaming. Thank you, Jameer. It was getting out of control. It was getting weird, honey. Y'all have me screaming. Oh, thank you, Jameer. I really appreciate you. Maya, you're so silly. Maya said, thank you, my Lord. Oh my gosh. You guys are so silly. Yes, YouTube's like, baby, is everything okay at home? They trying to get their Nielsen rating up, honey. Brooke, is that why we won't get another relationship advice live? I'm not opposed. It has to be mixed in, I think, with a hot topic. I think maybe if it's a standalone video, they just do okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's better off when I do advice and I sprinkle it in with like a hot topics or a recap versus doing a standalone. And from what I'm seeing, I love the way Jameer means everybody. Okay. Wait, Jesse, what did you say? You so whenever I block people, now I scream Jameer. Oh, I'm screaming. Wait, Jesse, what did you say? Wait, Jesse, what did you say? Oh, no. Jesse, please. Oh, my gosh. You guys are so silly. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no, because I thought, I didn't know that it was spam. I had no idea that it was a bot. That it was a bot. I didn't know that was a bot. I thought it was just somebody who was excited. And then when they kept going, it was like 15 times in a row. And then telling me how to pronounce their name. And I'm just like, okay, enough is enough. YouTube is like, are you okay? That was wild. OC, Beverly Hills, and Atlanta are my faves. I want Dr. Nicole back on my TV. I thought they were very excited to be here. Child, she wanted you to scream her name. Y'all catch everything. I thought it was real too. You guys are so silly. You don't want bots because I feel you have bots in your chat. Now all of a sudden you have bots spamming the comment section, asking folks for money. So we got to get bots out of here. God bless the bots, but they have no place here. Okay. You guys are so silly. You guys are screaming like Chris did Carucci. They asked you for the 13th time, honey. They sure did. You always gave great advice during Miami recaps. Alexia and Todd were your case study. Yeah, I feel like anytime it comes to relationships, a bad relationship on these shows, we will always get some advice. I will always give y'all some advice, especially with Bose and Keely on Beverly Hills. But yeah, I just want to start off with Bose and this boring interview. Don't even waste your time. Do not even waste your time, honey. It was an hour and 28 minutes of nothing. Nothing. Maybe it's Bose on a burner account. You said pronounce my name, Brooke. I'm screaming. Y'all are so silly. Not God bless the bots, honey. We are all you guys are so silly. Don't do me, friend. Don't do me. No, I was just reading the chat, the super chat, and they spelled it wrong. Do not do me. Don't do me. For all of y'all who were in that Rhode Island live that day, a mess. A mess. No, they really are. They really are. Jameer, stop. Bose is so boring. We're talking about bots, honey. No, I know. Glad it wasn't a Brazzers bot. They might be coming soon next. You said we talking about bots and YouTube, child. I mean, yeah, the interview gave nothing. You didn't miss anything. You didn't see it. You missed nothing. So I don't see it for Bose. I never have. Love you down, but don't do me, friend. The way y'all ate me up in that recap, all because, child, I was just reading what was on the screen, honey. I was so embarrassed. I said, oh my gosh. Jameer, don't do me. Don't do me, y'all. Don't do me. Yes, I did watch the Kelly and Carlos King interview. I talked about it in yesterday's Atlanta recap. It's the first 8 minutes of the recap, right? It was more interesting than Bose's because she's actually delusional and entertaining. At least Kelly has some charisma where Bose has none, right? I don't have too many thoughts on Kelly's interview. I gave all my thoughts yesterday in the recap. But Kelly is delusional to say that she set the standard and that she was the only one who came in hosting all these grandiose parties. Delusional. They were hosting parties and events and galas way before she stepped on the scene. The comment she made about she never looked up or aspired to any of their lives before she was on the show, I don't believe that. Kelly trying to act like, she came on this show and could care less about what they had going on, that's a bold-faced lie. She came on this show trying to stack her coins like everybody else. Her going down her list of how she used to have money and she had reindeer at Christmas and she was on yachts and helicopters on her lawn, all this fan fiction about yesteryear. Shout out to one of y'all in my comments yesterday. You said that Kelly was on that couch sounding like the Black Sonia Morgan. Because if you watch, shout out to my New York watchers, the original New York, baby, Sonia Morgan was the epitome of delusional. Sonia was stuck in the past. She could not let her glamorous past go. She was married to J.P. Morgan. Yeah, that J.P. Morgan. Yeah, J.P. Morgan Chase. Yeah. He divorced her, left her for her friend because he got sick in the hospital, and she decided that she was not going to visit him in the hospital and take care of him. She wanted to stay in Saint-Tropez. So her best friend went to the hospital to see him. He divorced Sonia and married her best friend. So her best friend, her former best friend, was his last wife. Just a quick rundown for all the girls. But yeah, she sounded even more delusional than Sonia. And that takes some doing. Sonia was always talking about her trips. Yes, always talking about Saint-Tropez and Stade. And she was on the yachts and parties with all these glamorous people, with Kamora Simmons and John Kennedy and Madonna and Diddy and everybody. She was always talking about her glamorous days in the past and still acting like she was living that life current day. A mess. That's a mess. Don't touch the Morgan letters. She's delusional. I'll say this. If you want a good laugh, then check out Kelly's interview. Check it out. If you want a good laugh, check out Kelly's interview. Yes, her bringing up being best dressed in high school, it was like, girl, are you okay? You're bringing up high school as an adult? It gave, I peaked in high school. That's what it gave for her to bring up being best dressed in high school. Who gives a damn? Are you best dressed now? A mess. Kelly had me tickled. Is it bad that I kind of love Sonia's delusional ass? Sonia made for great TV. I think that she's a fabulous housewife because she gives it all, her all, and she's not afraid of looking like a fool. And we have very few housewives who are like that because Sonia's still in that delusional, crazy headspace, right? So no, it's not bad that you like her. I mean, I've always had a soft spot for Sonia, but I do feel sorry for Sonia. I think that she needs some intense therapy to get over the fact that she's no longer married to J.P. Morgan. Like, she can't let it go. That he divorced her in 2006. 20 years, and she still can't get over that divorce. She was already 6 years divorced from him when she joined the show, and she still couldn't stop talking about it. Like, she was talking about the divorce like it happened yesterday. And they were like, baby, he divorced you back in 2006. We're in 2011, 2012. Like, how are we still, we haven't moved on yet? And now 20 years later, we're still talking about this man like it just happened yesterday. That's sad. And anytime you can't move on from the past, there's time. It's time to get some help, because that's a sad way to be stuck in the past to that extent where something that happened to you that was traumatizing, 20 years ago, she's still talking about like it happened yesterday. And I mean, she starts crying like it happened yesterday. It's like, this is very sad. No, she really needs help. Like and that is not saying it to be shady at all. And you can't, and that's for everybody. You cannot live in the past. If you want the key to having a good life is you have to live in the present. You cannot dwell on the past. You can't. That's how folks become bitter, stuck, angry, miserable, because they cannot let the past go. I get that. I would be too if I messed up millions, but here's my thing though. God blessed her with a huge platform. She was on New York from season 3 till the very end, right? So she was able to recoup and build her account back up. Now, I don't know what she did with that money, because every season she was always behind. She was always struggling, no food in the fridge. I just feel like she needs to get some help, because if you get a second chance again to be on a hit reality show that's paying you top dollar, you should be able to let what you messed up go. You should be, in my opinion. Yes, don't tell me what's has been, tell me what's now. In the words of Nene Leakes during Puerto Rico, it's very true. You can't rest on your laurels. That's the saddest thing, to be somebody who's still talking about, I used to be that girl, from the past. No, you should want to be that girl in every single era. You should not want to be somebody where you were only hot 10 years ago. You just still want to be that hot girl now, in my humble opinion. But yeah, Sonia can't let it go, and that's why she's not been able to really pivot and really make something of her new life now. Yeah, she was making okay, so here's the thing. She walked away, from what I read, she got 20 million out of the divorce settlement, right? She got 20 million according to the documents. She got 20 million allegedly, and she received alimony and child support, right? And she got 5 houses in the divorce. She put money into that stupid into some movie that never came out with John Travolta, and that's what bankrupted her. And she had to sell all the houses. Just a mess. He gave her a house in the south of France, Colorado, I want to say Aspen, I believe Paris, Stade, and somewhere else. But yeah, he left her with the townhouse in New York. So she had 5 houses, $20 million settlement, child support, and alimony. Yeah. But she still got a second chance by being on the Housewives. So the fact that she's still kind of hurting for money post-divorce, now a famous reality TV star making 6 figures, low 7 figures, it doesn't make any sense. She had more homes than Monique, and she blew that all up. She got all that. How do you fumble that large of a bag if your mind isn't right? She lost it all, honey. Truly a bag fumble. That toaster went into production in the breezeway, honey. Y'all had me screaming. All she had to do was visit his old ass in the hospital. She couldn't make all that work, child. The girls be fumbling the bag way too easy. All that for an 8-year marriage, fumbled. No wonder she won't let the past go then. And it's funny because everybody says that, but still, when you get a second chance to be back on TV, to be on TV and get rich again, you should be able to let it go. Like, you get what I'm saying? And I feel like the reason why the fact that she can't let it go, I think that's another reason why she's not seeing the success, the monetary success that she should have seen from doing Housewives, in my humble opinion. That's crazy. She walked away with that much and has nothing now. It's very sad. You said, Sonia, come get your dummy chain. Aviva was on the money when she compared her to Anna Nicole Smith. Yes, she was. That's all she had to do. Be there and massage that man's wrinkles. Hopefully her daughter has her inheritance locked in. Well, she does. Because he passed away last year. Poor daughter was never home. Well, no, her daughter didn't want to be on the show. Her daughter was, I think, 9. Her daughter was 8 or 9 when she joined the show. Her daughter did not want to be on the show. And Sonia had her in boarding school. So that's why we never saw her daughter. Nobody had time for her or her toaster. The fact that Sonia Morgan's past is more entertaining than Bo's, that's sad. No, it actually is. It actually is. Hey, Dorothy, thank you for the super sticker. Hey, Sky Explains It All. Thank you for the super chat. I wanted to say I had a great time in the live yesterday. I'll catch the replay for today. I'm outside getting myself a rich husband child. Yes, have fun, Sky. Have fun. I hope it's nice where you are. The weather's been so horrible in New York. It's been like pouring down rain these last few days. It's annoying. Hopefully it clears up this weekend, but have fun. Hey, Jacob, thank you for the super chat. Kelly peaked in the early 2000s and stopped there. She definitely gave those vibes. Definitely gave those vibes for sure. Hey, Dante Jones, thank you for the super chat. Someone said Kelly's a hero in her own mind. Oh my gosh. Child, oh Lord, Dante, my God. Hey, The Life of Samad, thank you for the super chat. Does winning prom king count, Brooke? Child, if you're still talking about that 20 years later, something's wrong, in my opinion. Yeah, Lou can't let the past go either. Luann is the same. She can't let it go. That is why she's holding on to this cabaret star for dear life. When I tell you Luann is another one where when the housewives are finally over or when she's officially let go from Bravo/NBC Universal, she will have a breakdown. Luann, Sutton, they will be at the top of my list. Luann can't let this fame go. Luann can't let this fame go. Did you guys see her interview with People magazine? That People interviewed the whole cast of Ultimate Girls Trip, and she goes. Then when it's time for her to talk, she says something like, "We might not be A-list, but at least we're on the list, and that's all that matters, right, ladies?" And they're all like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Damn, girl, you need this bad. You need this. You need this crumb of fame. You can't let this go." Yes, no, it's very true. Because I'm telling you right now, if she did not have that cabaret, we would not be thinking about Luann. She is not letting this cabaret star go. Oh, yes, when she cheated on her fiance with the pirate in St. Bart's. I believe Bravo knows the ones who are desperate too. They do know. Oh, they do know. Andy for sure knows who's desperate. You said doing cameos for birthday wishes. You said you love Luann. Yeah, Vicky will have a breakdown if she gets fired again. I know she will. Well, when she got fired the first time, she moved to Mexico. She said, I don't want to see them. I don't want to be around them. I'm just so angry right now. She said how jealous she was. And wait, hold on. Since you brought up Vicky, we talked a little bit about OC in yesterday's recap of Atlanta. That jealousy that she has towards Miss Heather, for her to say that they only have their money due to inherited money, baby, Vicky has always been so jealous of the girls who have a long coin. She has always been so jealous of Heather. I said, my God. And then when she told Heather, don't speak to me like that, when Heather confronted her, I said, girl, who are you talking to? You've been bashing her on the podcast and now she can't confront you. And she wasn't even mean when she confronted you. She was really calm about it. I can't stand Vicky. Oh my, I was so annoyed. Vicky's comeback has flopped. No, it has. She's a chop. She said that they only have money because they inherited money. Heather said both of our moms are still alive. So what are you talking about? She was like, well, you still have other family, family members. I think she's trying to reference, Terry's brother, Dr. Terry's brother was in a band and he passed away and he allegedly, his money went to Terry because he wasn't married. And they're trying to say that, I guess she's trying to say that Heather's father, when he passed away, whether the money was inherited or not, it does not negate how Dr. Terry is a successful plastic surgeon and makes millions. Like, the jealousy of Vicky is really something that needs to be studied. And girl, how dare you? Why do you care? Vicky's only 64. I thought she was older than 64. I thought she was, wow. Like, Dr. Terry makes bank. He has the show Botched with Dr. Nassif. That is a hit. He's making so much. Plastic surgeons do so well, especially top plastic surgeons in Beverly Hills and New York and Miami. They make bank. So for you to say, well, I don't know any doctor who lives like that. Like, yeah, doctors do well, and there are doctors who make millions, but I don't know if any what doctor do you know that lives in a $50 million house? Babe, Dr. Terry does. He's not the only doctor who makes that kind of money. There are other plastic surgeons who make that much money too. Girl, just so jealous. I just feel so sorry for her. I feel, yes, we see each other. I thought she was a smooth 72. I thought at the youngest, she was giving me 68 at the youngest. Yes, she's always been MAGA from the time that the show first started. Because I remember what she said about, I remember that. That comment that she made when he was president. I remember that. You said maybe 81. Listen, honey, a smooth 72. That's what I thought too. Yes, she is such a pocket watcher. She is so overcome with jealousy. You said no young girl in sight. Listen, not the oldest girl, honey. Yes, I've always felt the same way. I hated how controlling she was of her daughter. Like, her daughter couldn't do this or that. Like, your daughter's 18 years old going to college. What do you mean she still has a curfew and can't? Like, it was like she was so controlling. And then I didn't like when she surprised her daughter with the Mercedes and then said, okay, you have to pay me back. You got to pay me back for the car. Girl, she didn't even ask for the car. You surprised her, act like it was a gift, and then said, okay, surprise, now you got to pay me back. Why would you charge your child? Like, she's always been weird to me. She's always been really weird. Like, her parenting style, everything's always been very strange with her. I never understood that. That pissed me off so bad. I would have been like, girl, I don't want it then. What do you mean you're going to surprise me with a gift that I didn't ask for and then say I got to pay you back and you're my mom? I couldn't imagine. She does have low self-esteem. I feel like I thought her daughter was cool. The son, I felt like the son had no personality whatsoever. He was such a bore. He was so dull. He was just like Gerald. He was even worse than Gerald. He was like, yeah. She would say, Michael, Michael, can you do this? And he's just sitting there like this. He didn't say 2 words. I couldn't believe it. Yes, the whole cancer scheme with Brooks was a mess. Her son didn't want any part of that mess. Yes, Brooke saying that her daughter's husband needed to hit her and then Vicky was defending him. Horrible mother. Yes, I forgot about that. I forgot. And then she had the nerve to be upset that Brianna did not want to really talk to her after that. She's always been very male-centered, a big desperado, very angry that she couldn't get the man that she always wanted. That she was always the breadwinner in every single marriage of hers, in every relationship. And it was really crazy to me how I remember Gina. Remember Gina from seasons 1 through 5? Gina was a real estate agent. And then when the recession happened, she had lost money. And I remember Gina said that she had asked if she could borrow some money from Vicky because, they were friends. And Vicky was like, no, I don't believe in lending friends money. Like, I would never do that. But you would lend a man money? I can't stand women like that. So you're going to give a man money. She gave Brooks over $100,000. You gave a man that you're laying down with 6 figures, and you would give your friend who had to pay her bills money? I can't stand people like that. Oh my gosh. I was so mad. I was so pissed. Yes, she didn't spell her. Yes, she is an OG. Her name was Gina Keogh. She was married to a retired football player and they got divorced. They were in a loveless marriage. It was a mess. Child, go back and watch the old seasons of OC. Yeah, she dropped money on his new teeth, wrote him a check for 6 figures, everything, but would not give her friend of a decade. I said, just a mess. That was the wrong one to ask. Yeah, but you know what? Vicky always gave stingy. Vicky always gave me stingy, tit for tat. Just weird. She got that man a new full set of teeth, honey. Oh, you're right. You're right. Because I stopped liking her daughter too when Lydia was on the show. And then Lydia's mom had gone inside to use the restroom. And then her husband yelled at her mom. And Lydia was like, your daughter, she was like, Vicky, your daughter's husband, your son-in-law just yelled at my mom for no reason. Vicky was like, stay out of it. Say it, that's my daughter, that's my family. Don't say anything. I'm like, girl, check your son-in-law. I don't like all that about just because somebody's family, you can't check them. If your son-in-law, your daughter does something wrong, say something. Say, no, you can't do that. You owe them an apology. You're right. I couldn't stand the daughter. I couldn't stand her daughter either. That really pissed me off. And then when Brianna came out at the reunion and Lydia tried to address it, and Brianna was like, I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about this. That's my husband. Okay, girl. And your husband should have gotten popped in the mouth. I can't stand her. Her whole family is a chop. Yes, honey, we see each other. Yeah, I was so mad. Let me tell you, because he cursed. He was get your effing feet off the couch. He was so rude to her. I felt so bad. I couldn't stand. I can't stand her or her kids. Wait, who's divorced? Aren't they divorced now? Who, Brianna and the husband? You said I wouldn't even let a friend ask. I just offer because so many people feel so ashamed to ask. Yes, same here. Yes. No, I feel the same. Okay, so that's how my family always operated. Like, we always felt like if you know that a friend or a loved one that you're not someone that you're not close to, someone that you love, like a sibling or whoever, right? If you hear them talking about they lost a job and bills are getting high, you offer, say, hey, I heard that things are rough. I want to give you this. Don't have to pay me back. Don't worry about it, right? I like the fact that folks want you to ask and then tell you no, a mess. Just, yeah, no, I'm the same way about stuff like that too. A lot of people aren't generous. A lot of folks do not have generous spirits. That's what a lot of people do not have generous spirits, and it's terrible. And they better hope they don't need help one day. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We see each other. It is a decent thing to do. It is. All that money just to be stingy. Exactly. Like, you're not taking this with you. Oh, Brianna and her husband are ultra MAGA. Oh, I didn't know that. Listen. Yes, it's true. It's very true. That's why when you see folks are blessed, it's because they're also big givers. She gives, it's with strings attached. You have to pay her back. She's gonna tell everybody about that she helped you. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of nonsense with it. Can we touch and agree? Christians with closed fists are crazy. We will be here all day. We will. The same ones who will say, I don't drink, I don't do this or that, but they won't give somebody who needs, they won't tithe. Let's move off of it. Let's get off before I start something. But that is always so wild to me. Folks claim to be such big Christians. If you're a Christian, then you're a giver. Let's move on before I shake the table and turn this whole thing out. Let's just move on, honey. We see each other. I can't stand. We'll talk. Baby, we'll talk in private. We'll talk. You listen, honey. You listen. If I could pin your comment, I would. Yes. And we'll turn around and steal from the collection plate. They sure will. Vicky, the Christian, she cheated on her husband. Yep, cheated on Don with Brooks. Honey, listen. Hey, Jacob, thank you for the super chat. OC is the most boring show. So this season, we're 3 episodes in. I can't say that I'm entertained. Like, it's really not giving me anything. But I've always had a soft spot for OC, right? This is my first time not reviewing it. Bravo needs to do a Miami style reboot with it. Keep Tamra, Gina, Jen, and the newbie and bring in three rich young girls. Keep Gina. I mean, I know Gina had a glow up, but Gina, I don't want Gina back on my screen. I haven't even seen people talk about OC. Don't keep none of them. Throw them all away. Yeah, I don't. I stopped watching OC after season 10. OC is boring so far. OC had a major comeback when Tamra came back, and then it's spiraled since then. Yes, I agree with you. I think that season with Noella, that was a flop. Tamra came back, and it revived it, I feel. Jen's first season on the show, I felt, okay, that was a solid season. You said, I just want Heather back. Keep Gina, that's your one pass friend. If you had to pick Brooke, Gina, or Emily, if I had to pick one, it would... I don't like Emily. So I guess I would say Gina. But that's only if I had to choose. But I have to say, I would say no to the both of them. But if I had to pick, I would pick Gina over Emily, because Emily is giving us absolutely nothing. Because at least with Gina can now give the storyline of, now I'm upper middle class, right? The checks have increased. Real estate is picking up. I'm doing well with that. On my Bravo checks, a few endorsement checks. Now, do I want to get married to Travis because I make more than him now? She does have a storyline with this whole, I will give her that. There is a storyline there with, now, do I even want to marry this man? But I'm going to tell you right now, I do not see any chemistry between her and Travis. Two rebounds who found each other. Gina's outfits this time around look great. Yeah, she stepped it up. She's bought some new pieces. She has some Christian Louboutins on in one of the episodes. I said, all right, Gina. I said, okay. She had on she had a designer bag on. I said, all right, Gina. Oh, she stepped it up. She has stepped it up. And she doesn't have any attraction to him either. I think she's still in love with that ex-husband because he was very handsome. I think that because the way she talks about her ex-husband and the way she gets giddy around him and the way she seems almost sad every time his girlfriend is around, I think that Gina would take that man back. If he said, come back, I ended it with the girlfriend, the side chick I was cheating on you with. I want to come back and get my family back together. Let's be a family again. I think that she would go back to him with bells on. I really do. I don't see any attraction on her part, on her end or his end. I don't. I could be wrong. She brushed her hair and got a stylist, but she can do that somewhere else respectfully. You said no more Forever 21 energy for Gina. Shout out to the upgrade. I'm praying that she does not marry that man with no prenup. Like, I really hope that she does not do that. I just get that. You know how you get that impression? A lot of y'all feel the same way. Because remember, what was it, last season when they all met up at the park? Her and Travis and her ex and his girlfriend. And the way she's so giddy around her ex, I just feel like, I don't know. I just get that. I get that impression. And then when she remember how when Jen first joined the show and the whole story, Tamra told everybody Jen's business about how she cheated on her ex-husband with Ryan, and Gina was like, "You're a cheater, and that's why I lost my man to cheating." And the way she was crying about her ex, it feels like there's still some love there, in my opinion. I mean, again, you say you're not wrong at all. I agree, Brooke. That's why she's hesitating about changing her last name. Yes. Okay. I feel that we see each other. Yes. When they came over for meatballs. Yes. She still, go back and watch. She still gets very giddy over him. Like, when if you'll see two exes who are co-parenting on any of these shows, even in real life, when they're over each other, it's like cordial. It's just, they're indifferent about each other. They're neutral. The way she's still just like, when, you know, she's like doing this and playing with her hair when he comes over, it's like, no, there's something there. There's something there, just in my opinion. Yes, he did. She called the cops on him and he lost his job. He did. And no, I agree with you. I'm saying I still think that there, because she even said, sometimes I feel guilty for calling the police on him. I wish we were still back together. So I don't know. I just feel like I don't see the same giddiness that she still has for her ex. I don't see that with Travis. It's just like two cousins, brother and sister vibes going out to dinner, catching up. I don't see two lovers. I don't see any romance. I don't see any sex appeal. There's no chemistry. I don't see that. I don't. Gina wants the ex to see the glow up. Playing with that thin bob. She definitely still loves her ex. The storyline gives it away. Okay, yes. We see each other, Portia and Dennis. Yes. That was absolutely weird. They give, because remember in this last episode, they went out to dinner and she was like, why did you say that you don't want to talk about our wedding until another 6 months from now? And the way that he's interacting with her, it's like they're two cousins going out to eat. They do not give lovers at all. Yeah. He's very bland. He's very bland. You said if the husband left that fake Kelly Dodd, she would trip over herself and get back with that man. Oh my gosh, she does. She does. His girlfriend does look like Kelly Dodd a little bit. She does. Yes, zero romance. I agree. I think that, you know, he needs to move out of his house with his ex-wife. He said, okay, let's get together. Let's be the Brady Bunch. He has 3 kids. She has 3 kids. They said, let's pull this money together. Let's go 50-50, like 2 roommates. I got 5 on the rent. I got 5 on the light bill. I got 5 on the water bill. And that's all there is. It's giving sitcom family. No, it's true. Yes, honey, he needed 2 hots. No, he needed 3 hots and a cot. That's what he needed. So, no, I'm serious, y'all. They said, let's go 50-50. I got 5 on the rent. I got 5 for the $5 foot long at Subway. Please. You know they're not paying their rent. And it was probably 70-30. Because what was he doing before he got into real estate with her? I would like to know. It was probably 80-20. It was most likely 90-10. She had all the bills and the rent, and he only had the light bill, if I had to guess. Remember that season when she started making some money? Was that last season? That was last year. And she was like, you know, he wants me to take the kids on vacation. Like, I want to take the kids to like Disney World or somewhere. But she was like, you know, I love his kids and all, but like, you know, paying for 6 kids, you know, I said, yeah. I said, girl, it's okay to say that you don't want this broke man anymore. You've elevated. You are now at a different level financially, and you want somebody else now with some money in his pocket. You're not trying to foot the bill for you and the 6 kids and him. They are forcing it for a storyline. They don't need to get married. They do not need to get married. There's no chemistry, no romance. She has money now. He doesn't. Stop. Travis paid the internet bill. He only earned $50,000 a year. It was in his divorce document. His ex-wife employed him. You need to get out. Are you serious? So wait, what did the ex-wife do? So this is his whole MO. He goes from boss babe to boss babe, huh? So he's never been the provider ever. Child, you know, I am gagged right now. Friend, where did you see this at? I'm gagging right now. A mess. Honey, listen. Nah, why did she get with him? A mess. Another Keely, honey. The ex employed him. Jacob, come to the front, friend. Where did you find this? His ex-wife's family owned a mortgage company. Oh my gosh. He came from the same agency as Keely, y'all. What the hell did they see in him? He must like, can we talk about it? That's why he moved into Gina's house. And that was troubling to me when she divorced Matt and then she met Travis, and then 6 months into their relationship, she moved him into her townhouse. A man does not move in with a woman. A man should have a house for a woman. And not a man should never move into a woman's house. Foolishness. So now it gives me, it was 100-0. Gina was paying for everything and he was paying for nothing. The ex-wife is rich then. It does sound like a scam. Listen, honey, a hard head makes for a soft ass. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with y'all today. I am not playing with y'all today. You said Travis making 50,000 making spoons up in Oneida. You better stop it. I am screaming. Came with his 2 arms swinging, honey. He sure did. And his mouth open, ready to eat. Oh my gosh. Jesus. 100-0 plus taking care of his kids. His ex-wife was a breadwinner. Child, this is terrible. Explains why Gina was so stressed and ready to dump him. And she should have dumped him. Oh, you know it. You know it, Jameer. Gina was probably sliding that credit card under the table and told him, don't worry, baby. I got you. I got us. You know she was. He did smell the desperation. She was good because you know what it was? I think that she wanted to show her ex that she could get somebody too. A mess. Okay. Please go back and watch my recap for that episode. If you have a minute. I tore him up in that recap. The way he walked with his shoulders slumped when she kicked him out of her house, I was too done. I mean, I was done. I was done. He was looking at her like, where am I supposed to go now? He had baby pockets out like this with lint coming out of them and flies are out of his pockets because no money. I remember you chewed him up. I was so mad. I was so mad. And then she's over there in the garage crying, saying, did I make the right choice? I kicked him out, but did I make the right choice? I'm just so heartbroken right now. And he's walking to his car like this with his shoulders slumped. In the cartoons, when somebody was broke and they open their wallet and then flies come out, that's him. A mess. Oh my gosh. It was a dry piece of candy in his pocket. Hey, Maya, thank you for the super chat. He took those kids to an extended stay hotel. Listen, because I even asked, I said, where did him and those kids go when Gina kicked him out? A fool. Yes, like the Monopoly man. And those, what is it? Those cards? And he's that picture of him doing this, Monopoly man doing this with his pockets. That was probably the last season of OC I watched in full. I remember that scene. He was going to cry in the car. The Monopoly guy in jail. His credit must be bad. Brooke is the queen of impressions. No, remember the way he walked. He was walking like this. He walked like this. He walked his car like this. He was slumped over. She was like, bye, Travis. We'll still be together. He was like, all right. His shoulders slumped. I said, this is a fool. This is so foolish. Foolish. I'm screaming. That's exactly what the scene gave. Because when he walked in his car and then he got in the car and he backed out of the driveway slowly, he was like, okay, I'm leaving now. I'm leaving. Okay, you want me to leave? I could not stop laughing. You said, Brooke, no, I'm serious, honey. The way he walked to that car. No, I'm serious. At those shows, he literally walked like this. He was like this. He walked to the car like this, slumped over, defeated, honey, defeated. I said, what a shame. Oh, yeah, honey, he was stalling, honey. He was stalling, giving a soap opera look back. Yes. You guys are so funny. He was hoping she was going to say, come back, baby, you could stay. Jesus, he was definitely on the highway with his thumb up with a stick and a homeless bindle in the other hand. Oh my gosh. Yes, honey, a tear rolling down his cheek, honey. Oh, you Just a mess, y'all. Just a hot mess. Oh, of course. No. I'm not saying to be to have no discernment and just give to your detriment. I'm saying that if it's a close friend or family member that you really do love and they've been good to you and they're going through a hard moment, help them out, but not just willy-nilly and people who are irresponsible or what, they don't care about, life. They're just very unserious. I'm not saying just to, give to your detriment, but I'm saying if it's somebody who they're on tough times, you were close to them, they've always been good to you, that's all I'm saying. He moved back in real quick. How sad memories that we have. Why is Gina seeing this through? I think that she's desperate. I think that she's very desperate. Oh yeah, he's still not legally divorced. He was getting full custody of the kids this year due to the ex and her antics. This is just such a fool. And he moved back and then also the fact that he moved back in, but she's now in a bigger place. Her home is now what? 4,000 square feet. It's 5 bedrooms. All the kids have their own bedrooms, I think. I think maybe only 2 of them have to share a bedroom, but she's moved on and moved up. And now he's back in with his kids. And he didn't put a penny towards the new house. Gina, it's just such foolishness. He jumped back up when she asked him to move back in. Gina is a fool. He left with a spend a night bag. Yeah, he's still legally married because the ex-wife won't sign off on the divorce. We know that suitcase is empty if he moved back in. You know it, honey. The house that Bravo paid for. Gina still. Now, I read that in Funky Dineva's voice. I read that right in Funky Dineva's voice. Gina, you did all this? Wait, I scream every time he says that about Robin. I scream every time. He's now working as a real estate agent and is at the same agency as Gina. He's in real estate now with Gina, child. You guys have me screaming so bad. Oh my gosh. Because I think that Gina is desperate. I think that Gina has very low self-esteem. And I think that Gina doesn't know her worth. It's very sad. That's what I think. Because any woman who was going to move a man into her place, that's desperation. And then to move a man into your place and you have kids and move him and his kids in there after 6 months of dating, that's desperation. First of all, a man does not live with a woman. He moves a woman into his place. That's first and foremost. His briefcase finally has one paper inside. I know his briefcase is empty. Oh my gosh. Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. She feels like having a piece of a man is better than no man at all. No, I agree. I think that there's a reason why he's still not divorced yet. I think that it is God giving her a sign. Like, listen, back out of this. No, you're right, Maya. The fact that after all these seasons, they're still drama with the wife is God's giving Gina time to back out and come to her good senses. Yes, go date. You evolved. I know, Maya, we see each other. God is telling her, this is not your man. I want better for you, babe. Let's back out of it. Let's end this. And for whatever reason, she is hell-bent on trying to make it down the altar. That's right, Osmond. Say that again. Either a man moves his woman in or they get a new place together. That's it. Thank you, Osmond. Tell that to the folks in the back. Because women moving a man into their home is out of order. It's out of order. Y'all got to please stop doing that. That is the surest sign that the man is a bum if he's moving into your place. Oh, yes, it is build demand energy. Osmond, please, thank you for saying the truth. This is the truth of the matter. Gina asks for signs and ignores them all. The briefcase only has family pictures in it. Oh my gosh. Hey, the perfume preppy, thank you for the super chat. Travis is animated Play-Doh. Gina is embarrassing. Not Play-Doh, child. Oh my gosh. At least Jen got a man with a home. Yeah, I'll give Jen 2 points for that, despite her being a bit of a deadbeat herself. Because these kids, her son and his nonsense, a mess. Hey, J Cobb, thank you for the super chat. Travis is asking for spousal support, I believe, which goes against their prenup. Oh, he's asking the ex-wife for spousal support? Travis is asking the ex-wife for spousal support? No wonder she's not signing off on this divorce. He's not making money being a real estate agent. I thought Gina said he was making some money now. Why is he asked for spousal support? This is just... Gina, leave this bum. No, it is on brand. Child, I want to know this. Where'd you find this at, friend? These men want to be baddies. Gina lied. A hot mess, y'all. A hot mess. Travis living off of women. That's one hot mess. Typical broke. Yes, honey. Child. Travis gets worse and worse than this life, or the house is not selling. Oh, he's contesting the prenup. Maybe the ex-wife is not as crazy as he wants to believe. Say what you want about Tamara, but she and Heather are the only ones who picked decent men. Yeah, I'll give them that. If I were her, I wouldn't sign off either. Y'all not revealing your sources. Child. Upper poor is still funny. No, it really takes me out every single time. No, J Cobb, where are you finding all this? Is this, you found this in the documents you said? Now, y'all, I didn't say this. I'm just reading what J Cobb wrote in the super chats. Now, hold on, y'all. Right, exactly, y'all. I'm like, okay, we need some receipts now. Oh, okay, you know who I thought you were talking about? I thought you were talking about Potomac. I forgot that her husband is named Eddie too. Supposedly he owns a cannabis business that I think Tamara opened up for him. Yeah, we don't know what he does anymore either. Don't rile us up. Oh my gosh. You guys have me yelling, honey. Oh my gosh. Yes, honey, come with your receipts. I thought he retired. J Cobb, now come on now, J Cobb. We need don't get quiet now. You have all this to say about all these receipts, but when I ask for the receipts, now you're quiet. I need you to come to the front. Where are you getting these receipts, friend? You guys are so funny. You have me yelling so hard. You have me yelling so hard. Jesus, honey. You guys have me yelling so loud. Child, he has a podcast. Okay. Well, there you have it. He had the gym. He had Cut Fitness. But after Cut Fitness closed, what's going on? Yeah, honey, where are the court transcripts at? Don't backpedal now, can ya? Eddie made money selling at the gym, right? I thought so, but the way Tamara was crying about the gym closing, who knows? Yeah, they had the gym. Yes, they did have the gym. Everybody has a podcast. Podcast equals businessman. Everybody wants to hop on the podcast train. What's the podcast about, though? Do you know? Tamara probably got him the equipment. I thought he was a lawyer. I was over here saying that he was a lawyer. Y'all informed me that he just worked at his dad's law office. So I don't know what. I was over here thinking that he was a big-time lawyer, and the whole time I was wrong. Oh, my gosh. No, guys, I do want to, since we are talking about the Eddies, I do want to hop on over to Potomac. We all know that Candiace departed from Potomac after season 8, right? That was with Nneka. Nneka was on that season. So she has not been on the show now for going on 3 seasons. She did an interview recently, and she discussed why she left. She discussed what we all knew to be true, that the horrible allegations against her husband were the reason why she left the show. I have the clip right here, y'all. I'm going to play it for y'all right now, and let me know what you guys think.
Going to cook up to try and, send me,
get a rise out of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And sure enough, we wrapped that season, and I did my second round, and it went off without a hitch.
You departed from the show, but what was the point where you were like, this is costing me too much, and what did it feel like?
I think for me, I realized that it was not worth it. I guess that was season 7, around the discourse around my husband. That is, and really it was more so about me looking at him and watching the breakdown in his eyes, and the fact that no one was willing to really do anything to rectify it or correct it.
I remember that was the thing that you kept saying.
Yeah. That I said, and it was also that I started to feel like, okay, I'm fighting with the girls, but now I'm also fighting with production, and I cannot have this kind of discourse on both sides of this camera. It's enough to be, in an emotional dumpster with the cast, because okay, you sign up for that, you're paid to do that, but now I'm having disagreement and issues with the people that are supposed to be protecting me.
And when you say, because I think for people at home, they really don't, if you don't work in the business, you don't know how it works. I think you guys are assigned like a confessional producer, right? Or
we are assigned a segment producer.
A segment producer.
Yes. Right. And they are kind of with you throughout the season, and they come in and they prep you for your scenes, and they're the person that you kind of will call and say, I want to do this event. What do you think? Or I'm really pissed that she said this. What do you think?
Yeah.
And they're also sort of our liaison to the
network.
Yeah. The network, the production company.
Okay.
Yeah. And yeah, it started to feel like I was not being supported or believed. And then for me, the real, like, okay, I got to get up out of here was when I was going through my first round of IVF. And to be clear, I was doing IVF as a family planning endeavor. I was
Okay, y'all. So that was the clip. As you guys can see, I was highlighting a lot of your comments as the clip was playing. I have a mixed reaction to the interview, right? I thought it was a great interview. I agree with everybody in the live chat as that was playing. I'm not one to tell somebody how to feel about what they've experienced, right? I felt for her when she was going through that season. I was on Candiace's side when that whole mess happened, right? I've been a big Candiace supporter. I want Candiace going forward to maybe put a clause saying, hey, please don't bring up RHOP anymore. Let's focus on my new projects. Let's talk about what's now, not what was, right? Shout out to Nene. We know the reason why she walked away from the show. We know the reason why, we know that it was toxic. She went on to say how her first round of IVF failed because of the stress and the toxicity of what the GEBs and Ashley were doing to her. My heart goes out to her. She walked away to start her family, get her peace of mind. I commend her for that. I wish that more housewives would do that. We already know she's been off the show now for 3 years, going on 4. She was on Traitors. She was great on Traitors. We know that she sings, she acts. She has things going on. What we spoke about with Sonia Morgan earlier in the live, that applies to any housewife who's no longer on the show anymore. I want her to stop talking about this. I want interviewers to stop asking her about Giselle, Robin, Monique, the whole assault. I want them to, you can't move forward if you still have one foot in the past, right? She has evolved. She's a family. I don't like it. I feel like it puts people in a box when they're always talking about the past, right? Yes, I want more of what is she up to nowadays. Yes, her story should be more than RHOP. I agree. Yes. No, it is. It's same old, same old. Yes, interviewers do this quietly to hype up the new season. Yes, I feel like it's a cheap way for promotion for the new season, because when season 11 comes out, and they all do their press run, it's going to be, oh, did you see what your former castmate said about you guys? And then it's like, it drums up all this drama. And it's like, well, she's not even on the show anymore. I just feel like it's a cheap way for hype and attention. I agree. You're giving the show free press and promotion, and they should not be able to get that off of your back, off of your pain. Going forward, just my 2 cents. I'm not saying that what Candiace did was wrong. Again, I enjoyed the interview, but let this be the last time that you even speak about your enemies, your ops. I know she calls them the 2 broke girls. Don't even call them by their nicknames. Don't even mention them. I just feel like, let the chapter go. In my opinion, we were there. We saw it. Those of us who rode for you and were firmly on your side since season 5, we all saw how they treated you, right? You did not deserve the treatment that you got. I just feel like I want to hear about now. I want to hear about your achievements now, in my opinion. I don't know. I think in this case, going forward, pay them dust. Pay the show dust. If anything, I would say, you know what? It was a whirlwind of an experience. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I did it. I have the t-shirt. And that's it. I don't even want you to bring up all of this negative energy. Don't even bring up Monique. Don't even tell the interviewers beforehand, please don't bring that up. That was so 6 years ago. That, like, don't even let it go. You get what I'm saying? Just my 2 cents, y'all. Yes. What more is there to say at this point? No, exactly. All it is dredging up bad feelings. And it's like, you have a beautiful life. Why even go back to that negative time? I also feel, and I know a lot of y'all, some of y'all might agree, some of y'all might disagree, right? Hear me out. Yes, Garcelle will flat out say, I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about my movies and projects. Yes, when Garcelle was on The Breakfast Club a few months ago and they asked her about it, and she was like, you know what? I'm not here for that. I have my new movie out on Lifetime. Let's talk about that. Like, I'm over talking about that. I've beaten the Sutton horse to death. I've beaten the whole Beverly Hills thing to death. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm off the show. It's enough already. She needs to go that same route as Garcelle. Don't ask me about it anymore. I've already told you. You guys already know. It's the same old stuff. It hasn't changed. Enough already. We see each other. I do want to say, this, and one of y'all made a really great point in the live chat. I'm going to circle back to that in a minute. I promise you. This does add to what we've all talked about in the past about, despite how toxic, despite how evil people feel the Real Housewives, the whole franchise can be for the folks who are in it, it feels like at the end of the day, she will come back to the show. Lisa Rinna still can't stop talking about it. Lisa Rinna has blasted the show saying it was horrible. It was this and that. They hung her out to dry, but she was on Morgan Stewart's podcast the other day from Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. And she was like, I would go back. It was the easiest check I ever made. So I just feel like these women do all this talk about how horrible the show was to their mental health and their psyche, and they had to go to therapy and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, if they can go back on it, they'll do it. That's what this gives me. That despite how horrible it was, if there is an opening, I'm going to still say yes, though. You get what I'm saying? Yes, it's a cult at this point. I agree. Stockholm Syndrome. Lisa Rinna was full of crap. She was a producer puppet. Yes. And I don't even want to say, I'm going to cut off half of your sentence, right? Let's leave it as she wants to be back. I'm not saying she wants to be back to be, mistreated or handled poorly. I just think that the nature of fame and how addicting it is, and the fact that the Real Housewives has cemented itself as a huge cultural shift, it's a huge staple in pop culture. I think that no matter how bad your experience was, even if you were the punching bag of your cast, you still want to be back on. You get what I'm saying? Like, and it's not even that you want to be treated poorly, but you just want to be back on. Yes, Crystal is a grade A example of that. No, that part too. Now, in her case, I don't think it's that, but I think that for others, it definitely is that. But Crystal is a grade A example of that. Crystal has famously said that Beverly Hills was so toxic. She was crying every day from after a scene. She couldn't find her footing. They were so mean to her. Kyle and Erica hazed the hell out of her. She never felt comfortable. But yeah, she said even though she was fired, she didn't find relief. She was upset that she was fired, and she was bitter about being fired. Like, there's something to be like. There's something. It's wild. It's truly wild. I think people think that, but when you're in it, I think, I think that it's like a thing of, I don't want them to think that they have something over me. Like that people don't want to feel like, all the other girls are still on the show, and now I'm out. It's sort of feeling like you've been kicked out of the clique. I think psychologically it feels like you were kicked out of the popular girl clique, even if you were the low person on the totem pole. It's like, well, I'm off the show now, so who am I? I think I don't know. A lot of these women, I think, going into it, they say, you know what, I'll quit the show if it gets too much. But once you're in it, it's a different beast. And now you're just like, I got to stay on the show. You know, it is a drug. It is a drug. Yes, hurt Claudia Jordan too. I agree. It truly is a drug. It's like mourning a loss. Yes. Yes. Katie. Yes, she would have. That's why she's another one. Katie from OC. She still can't stop talking about the show. She is still bitter. She said she's still bitter, but still wanted to be asked back on the show. How crazy is that? She had a horrible time on OC, and she was still angry when they fired her. Yes, she's very wealthy. She owns a coconut water company that's worth over $100 million. Her husband, Rob, he made The Lion King. They're sitting on all sorts of money, and she still wants that fame. Well, allegedly, Crystal's coming back. She's coming back as a friend of. Yes. It's like that's exactly how they feel. They look at it as the other women won. They do feel it that way. That's why it's so hard for them to be fired from the show. Yes, it is an ego blow. Who said that? Hold on. It is an ego blow. Wait, hold on. Yes, even small levels of fame and notoriety. Yes, Israelites can have huge effects on people's self-worth. Yes, especially when it was lacking to begin with. No, it's very true. It's very true. Yes, it did. She's another one. Remember when Teresa went to jail and Andy had that one-on-one conversation with her and her ex-husband, Joe Giudice? And he asked, if you could do it all over again, would you? And she didn't answer. And he interrupted and said, Andy, she would give her right arm to be famous. Like, she would do it all over again. Like, even if she knew that we would go to jail for this scam to get this big house, she would do it all over again if it meant that she would be famous. And I was like, damn. And that now you bring her up. I get the impression that if they go away, as long as she has her job back on Potomac, it's like, okay, good, I'm fine. Like, I think that for a lot of these women, as long as they get that, they can be on the Real Housewives again, no matter what happens, no matter if it's jail time waiting for them. It's like, okay, do I have my job back though on Housewives at Bravo? Okay, fine. I'm good. Like, I think about how Karen, fresh out of jail, and now she's filming the new season. No break, no nothing. Mama said, oh no, babe, I need to be back on. I think she was probably more upset about not being on the show for a year over being in prison. This fame is so addicting, child. Yes, honey. He literally said she would do it all over again. Even if she knew that we would go to jail, she would do it all over again because that's how much she wanted the fame. Yes, it's very sad. No, it's true. Heather is a classic case of being addicted to fame the way she produces. Yes, no, she is. She is from SLC. Yes, you remember that? Phaedra did all that talk about I would never come back to Atlanta. It's a sinking ship. And now look at her now, back on the show, happy as can be, patty caking, high-fiving with Andy, saying, oh, I'm so happy to be back. All of that. Monique Samuels, she said, I will never be back on this show. This little check. And where is she now? This show, this fame has a chokehold on people. This, especially if a lot of these girls did not grow up as the cool girl in school. So being on this show, being famous, fills all those voids. They're now the cool girl. They're the cheerleader. They're the it girl. They're all the things they wanted to be when they were growing up and they weren't. And it's filling that void. And they feel that if they are off the show, they're not famous anymore, they'll be back to being a loser. A mess. honey, no, it's the truth. Listen, because when they New York Magazine interviewed all them when they all got fired, when they pulled the plug on OG Roni, and Ramona said it's just really hard because you tie your self-worth and your self-esteem to this show, and being off this show, I feel like, who am I? And Ramona came on the show confident and secure. And now she's like, girl, who am I? I'm not famous anymore. I'm not relevant anymore. It's very sad. Yes, she's another one. Listen, honey, back as a friend of, no less, getting less than what she made as a full-time. Listen, all that talk about, I would never need that. Me and Chris have a sickening investment portfolio. And now Chris is gone. She didn't get any alimony or child support, got a tiny lump sum, and back on as a friend of. And back friends with Giselle, who she swore she would never be friends with. Yes, it's very true. CD, no, it's there's something. One of y'all asked, is it wrong to say something, to compare it to something? It's a very toxic dynamic. It's a very toxic dynamic. The fact that this show has you all messed up mentally, but yet you still want to go back for more. Yep. Monique was talking cash money just to show up at the reunion with all smiles, looking like a red Decepticon. Oh, no. That Bravo check is an easy check, though. No, it is. It is. Yes. Oh, my gosh. And you know my story. We talked about Carol. We talked about her at my live show. If you were at the live show, if you live stream my live show, I gave you the drop on her. Yeah. She's another one. She is a classic case. The way she would sit up there when she was on the show and act like she was too good for the show, she always had that air of, and she would even say it like, watching all these women being so desperate for this show, I'm just here because they asked me. Baby, no, you like this fame. The fact that she blasted Andy Cohen when she got fired back in 2018. She was blasting Bravo, Andy Cohen, everybody. She damn near filed a lawsuit almost filed a lawsuit like Nene did. She didn't do it though, but she probably wanted to. The way she blasted Andy Cohen to now turn back around, kiss his behind, apologize to him, and now she's back on New York again. Desperation at its finest. That whole cool girl, I'm too cool for school. I don't need this show. I'm the coolest girl. All you girls need this fame. I don't. Stop. She needs this show bad. Honey, she came right back. She called Andy everything but a child of God. She called Andy everything but a child of God to then turn around, apologize to him, kiss his behind, and get back on New York. Crazy work. They made up. They saw each other at a party. She walked up to him, I believe. They made up. She apologized to him for all her rants on Twitter about him. And they went out to dinner. The rest is history. Now she's back on New York. A mess. Baby, she won't let that go. She is hanging on to that Kennedy Connect like Tom Cruise hanging out of a helicopter in a Mission Impossible movie. That is the best way to put it. That is the perfect comparison when it comes to. She will not let that go. She reminds you every 2 seconds of who she was married to. Child, that is the perfect analogy. You ate that up, friend. Child, I'm screaming. Always, honey. She probably paid Andy and Bravo to get her job back. She probably did. Yes, honey, they high five with Andy when they're on, but when they sue when they get fired. Always. Mel, you have me screaming. Listen. The TSI versus Carol on the new upcoming season of NYC. Yeah, I saw that. Because we have Cy and several others calling her out. Yeah, she was an author. She wrote, she wrote 2 books on the show. And it's like, first of all, Carol, your books hit New York Times bestseller. That you being on the show helped those books sell. So don't act like you were doing them a favor by being on the show. They did you a favor. Just the audacity for her to look down on the show and act like she was too good for the show, but yet want to be on the show and then be bitter for 8 years when you were off the show and now beg to be back on the show, beg to be back on the reboot. And she's another one, very cheap, because every time she would host she never hosted anything. If we look back on her time on Housewives, she never hosted anything. The one time she had them over at her house when she was running for the board of her apartment building, and they came over. It was like Ramona, Heather, what was her, Luann, and a few other people came over, and she served them pigs in a blanket that were in her freezer for 5 years. And she was like, oh yeah, this is from 5 years ago. Is it freezer burned? And they were all like, girl, what? Serving us some pigs in a blanket from 5 years in your freezer? You couldn't order a pizza? And even Bethany said, girl, you're a cheapskate. You don't host any parties. She always had her hand out though. She was always ready to eat, but she never wanted to host. I couldn't stand that. All that money she was sitting on and cheap and stingy. They walked up she had that loft apartment. They walked up all those stairs and she didn't have any food for them. She only had pigs in a blanket from 5 years ago from Costco and some cheap wine. I said, girl. And then remember when they were in Palm Beach on the yacht for Luann's engagement party to Tom? And the next day they were all on that raft. And so they had like a floating like hot dog stand or hamburger stand on the water. So they were all like, oh, Carol, would you mind like going and get us some hot dogs or hamburgers and bringing it back? And she's like, okay. I guess she's so cheap. She came back with an ice cream cone and one hot dog for herself and ate it. They were all like, girl, where's the rest of the food? She's like, oh, you wanted me to buy it for all you guys too? I said, Carol, I can't stand a cheap person. Oh my gosh, I cannot stand that. You know good and well they asked you, can you please get hamburgers and hot dogs for everybody? You're staying on somebody's yacht. You can't treat them all to a meal. It's not even a meal. It's a hot dog, for goodness sake. Yes, she was always a guest. And Bethany said, you're America's house guest. She was always a house guest. She was always sitting up there getting all the perks of being friends with all the ladies. She would stay with Tinsley in the Hamptons or Bethany in the Hamptons, eat all her food, never brought a hostess gift, never had any food for them, a mess. That money was okay. You know what's really funny? Why did that thought cross my mind? Because stuff like that, antics like that, I question your money. I question your financials. When you move cheap like that, especially when it comes to hosting, and you were married to a Kennedy, they didn't play about hosting. So when you're moving like that about not hosting people, there's no food in the house when you have guests over. When somebody asks you, hey, can you get us all hamburgers? You can't do that. You come back with one hot dog for yourself. It does give me that your money might be funny, and you needed the show to get your money back right. Funny money, honey. Funny money. You said I'm crying. Bethany couldn't stand her. Yes, very much so. Because you have sophisticated grifters and sophisticated deadbeats too. You have grifters of the upper class as well. Social climber. Oh my gosh. Hey, Biomiss, thank you for the super chat. For someone so skinny, she loves to eat other people's food. Yes, honey, she would suck that food up the way Mike does on Atlanta, Portia's Rent-A-Man. Yes, a cheap social climber. Oh, you said, I thought we all knew that she gave that money was tight. Child. A hot dog with no bun, probably. That not even a Kennedy-in-law. That was her mother-in-law's sister, Mike Jr. Listen, no, that's true. Money was spent. Money's been spent up, honey. Because remember, yeah, she had joined the show 15 years after. So you're right. It probably was already dwindling. And she said, let me get on this show to re-up the account. Very true. Very true. Y'all have me in tears, honey. Wait, one of y'all brought up Leanne on Dallas when she had that horrible wedding with no food. Wait, what happened? It doesn't matter who she had a social climb with. Child. Her father-in-law was actually a prince. It makes you wonder about what type of class she had because she was so cheap. Mike was eating those oxtails like he was a Viking in his past life. Oh my, honey, listen. That was the saddest thing I have ever seen in my entire life. Leanne Locken had her wedding in season 4. They could not afford to have any food at their reception. There was a 5-hour gap between the ceremony and the reception. So all of her guests had to go out to eat. Her castmates went out to Mastro's for a steak dinner and then came back to that reception. Do you know that Leanne and her husband, her groom, they were at the Sonic drive-thru getting a hot dog and 2 chili cheese fries. Her wedding reception comes around 5 hours later, nothing but wine and Ritz crackers. And she had the nerve to be upset that the viewers and her castmates ate her up for the worst reception they've ever seen. She was so wrong for that. She was so wrong for that. No, she was so wrong for that. She was so, baby, when I tell you, I had to rewind that episode back. She was dead ass wrong for that. First of all, she was really good friends with Cameron. Cameron, I believe, had offered to pay for her reception. I would have said, hey, girl. Cameron would have paid for her reception. Cameron was living lavish. She was in Highland Park. Shout out to Highland Park, my Dallas girls. Cameron had money to spend. She could have asked her friend to pay for that. And all these people that she was friends with who were in high society in Dallas, she didn't want to ask them. Listen, she should have had it at a courthouse and then no reception. Exactly, Biomiss. Probably cheap wine too. Is Dallas worth a watch? That's debatable. You can just skip to season 4. It's like season 4, episode 10. Just go to season 4 and then scroll down and see which episode that wedding is. Watch. You don't even need to watch the whole thing. Just watch that one episode, and then watch the episode before because she finessed her way into a free wedding dress. She flat out asked the designer, "Can I get this for free?" I was just a mess, honey. Can you imagine one of us did that on national TV? We'd be called all sorts of names. They were embarrassed of her. They went up to season 4. Not worth the watch. It's a bunch of cheap, tacky races. The ocean water was her something blue. Dallas was triggering. Dallas was good and messy. First 2 seasons were chef's kiss. Was the wine previously in a box? Yes, honey, a courthouse wedding is called a day. And then she had the nerve to say, why can't you guys just be happy for me? It's like, girl, are you serious? She was really trying to defend it. She was really trying to defend having no food at her wedding reception. I couldn't believe it. Not a piece of chicken, no Popeyes, no KFC. She could have had KFC for goodness sake. Just a low, damn. We'd be called social climbing. Well, yeah, we'd be called all sorts of names. Yes, they would call us all sorts of ghetto, poor, ratchet. No, they can you imagine if Leanne and her husband had been black and they had pulled a stunt like that, they would have called every name in the book. Yes, and she was always saying, like, yeah, she always said that. They were like, girl, you're not a lady of society. You're not in Dallas high society. What are you talking about? They would have called us a hard ER if we ever did that on national TV. She was delusional, honey. Popeyes, Raising Cane's, Tombstone Pizza, something. Not a Tombstone Pizza. We'll be called broke from sun up to sundown, okay? And the box of donuts that Deandra brought for 50 guests. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot. She brought those munchkins from Dunkin' Donuts. I forgot about that. Jameer, I forgot all about that. That was a mess. Did the marriage last? I believe they're still married. I believe they are still married. Sounds like an older, unhinged, and more racist OC. She was so, yeah, listen, honey, she couldn't afford it. We call Potomac poor Potomac. Dallas needs a new name. No, they didn't. No, they didn't bring her. No, she was fine. They did not bring her on the Ultimate Girls Trip. I don't think any of the Dallas girls were invited to the Ultimate Girls Trip party. I think Andy wants to act like they never even existed. Yeah, honey, Deandra brought those Dunkin' Donuts munchkins to, yeah, they were like, girl, 25 munchkins for 50 people. Munchkins, y'all already cutting up. The other girls were so embarrassed, they wanted off the show after that mess. Dallas is dollarless. They are, honey. Dallas is forgotten, honey. I enjoy Dallas. No Dallas on girls trip. Yes, honey. No, you said she was only eating at the events. Yes, honey, her and Sonia, because Sonia never had any food in that townhouse. There was cobwebs and nothing but a rotten apple in that fridge. And remember how Sonia would go to the events and she would put the lobster rolls in her purse and she'd put the ceviche in her purse. And they had one time she went to Bethany's party. Bethany had lobster, steak sandwiches. She put the whole steak sandwich in her purse. So I'm going to have this for tomorrow. There's no food. I don't have groceries. Sonia was another cheapskate. I couldn't stand it. All those interns that she wasn't paying. Can you imagine if we were on national TV? If it were one of us on national TV putting a steak sandwich in our purse at an event and we have no groceries at home? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Hey, Liberia Rose, thank you for the super chat. Leanne did not mind begging with her crazy self. Yeah, she was, honey. Oh, she was always begging. It was terrible. She was always begging, but then had the nerve to look down her nose at people when she was the biggest beggar of them all. Just a mess. Interns for what? Who knows? No shame, honey. Even the cleanest purse is dirty. Laughed out of town. We would be laughed out of town. Sonia had more staff than Jen Shaw. Oh, Emily from OC tried that mess too, putting food in her bag. Yeah, she did. But Sonia was doing it because she really needed that food. And we were all like, Sonia, you're making $500,000 on New York. Why are you acting like you can't afford groceries? If you don't go to Stop and Shop or ShopRite and call it a day, my God, I couldn't stand that about Sonia. She acted like she could not afford groceries. Child, I was never a fan of Sonia. Sonia was doing it. Yeah, she was doing it. Yeah, Emily did it for a moment. And even though the moment flopped, Sonia did it she needed it. Like, she was like, no, girl, I might not eat if I don't get this food, though. Yes, that's why Mary got so offended when Brittany said she's putting bread in her purse. Don't play with me, a black woman, in that way. I agree. Doing that on national TV, too. Biomist, I am yelling. She's going to be right there, honey. Well, no, she moved. She's no longer here. She sold the townhouse for a song, honey. That townhouse, she should have gotten big money for it. She only got, I think, $2 million for it. She's in Florida now. She's back in Palm Beach. Can you imagine if an Atlanta girl did that? Sonia was coloring her Chanel bags instead of getting them repaired. Yeah, all her bags are always in disarray. And they were, oh my gosh, her bags were falling off the seams. And I didn't like when they did that charity event. It was the, what was it called? It was called like Dress to Impress. And it was helping underprivileged women looking for jobs, like giving them suits and all that good stuff. And when Bethany went to her house to pick some clothes up from her, and Sonia had those clothes in tatters, and then she was like, oh yeah, I'm sure they'll like these shoes. Here are my Gucci loafers. And Bethany was like, girl, these Gucci loafers are falling apart. You've had them for 20 years. Like nobody wants that. It's just like the disrespect. I think that somebody wants some clothes that are all worn out with rags and patches on them and shoes that are falling off the bone. I couldn't stand that. Sonia's bags were tenderism. Oh my gosh. And then, yeah, that restaurant called her out in New York when she dined and dashed, and she had to pay them that money back the next day. That was so disrespectful. It was. Speaking of funny money, Sonia's money was the funniest. Remember the microwave deal with the Nigerian football team? I forgot about that. They were like, girl, she got into that business meeting and she said, oh yeah, I have the toaster oven deal with a Nigerian football team. And they were all like, girl, what Nigerian football team is partnering up with you and your toaster oven? And then she was modeling for Latino magazine. And Ramona was like, girl, you're not Latina. What are you doing? Sonia was trying to get $1 any way she could, honey. Sonia was like this. Sonia was, baby, yes, honey. Smoky eye updo start, honey. She was posing for the camera. She said, I'm the new face of Latino magazine. I said, girl. I said, what a mess, honey. Yes, girl. Oh, that episode had me in tears, y'all. I had tears coming down my face. That episode was so crazy. Ramona was like, girl, what do you mean you're the face of Latino magazine? She said, Sonia, you're a white woman. Like, what are we doing? She said, I'm Sonia Ramirez, honey. She said, we are all Puerto Rican, honey. We are Puerto Rican. Oh, my. She said, mi gente Latino. Y'all have me screaming today. Sonia is a hustler, honey. She said, my first name is Sonia. That's good enough in Hispanic. Okay. She was feeling Puerto Rican. She said, Luann calls me Sonia Rita, so I am today. Oh my gosh. One Corona, she's Latina. She still posts those pictures too. I am really hollering that she posts those pictures till this day. Oh my gosh. Sonia had to make a way, honey. And Latino magazine, they gave her $50 and a gas card. And she said, honey, that's all I need to get through the week. Oh yes, honey. Old Roni was a complete mess. Oh, I'm not the accent on the A, honey. Just like Hilaria Baldwin. Yes. Oh my gosh. Sonia said, I know white, honey. So today we're Latino and Carverdian. Don't do me, Osmond. I am yelling. Y'all will not do it today. Osmond, don't try it. They said, here, take it. They gave her a pollo quesadilla and sent her on her way. I'm not messing with y'all today. I'm not playing with y'all today. Oh my gosh. We don't claim her still. You really can't write this. This is just foolishness, honey. Sonia made a way out of no way. Oh, you said you watched the entire series during lockdown. It was a good time. Oh no, they truly were. They truly were. Took a big bag for Latino magazine's craft table, honey. What did she do with the money she gets? She never has any food. I guess it has to be bills. It must be backed up bills because she was making great money on the show. And there was no reason why the house was always in ruins. The bathrooms weren't working in the townhouse. She had no food in the fridge. Her the side tooth was coming in and out. Remember the tooth popped out at Bethany's party? She had to pick the tooth up off the floor, put it back in with some Elmer's glue. The waiter was looking at her like, ma'am, are you serious right now? I don't know what she did with the money. She never had any new clothes. She was recycling her Hermes from yesteryear. She was, it was the same Gucci and St. John suits from the 90s. We never saw any new clothes. She hadn't been to Bergdorf Goodman in ages. Child, the upkeep of that townhouse. Yeah, her tooth kept falling out. The upkeep of the townhouse. She was in a lot of debt. People would skip meals to pay some bills. She spent all that money on them updos. You said your sides hurt. Sonia was falling apart literally. I'll take Sonia over Ramona any day. Yes, honey. She's living on a wing and a prayer, honey. Oh my gosh. Now you said Kelly's future. Wait, Jameer, what did you say, Jameer? Jameer, what did you say? Jameer, don't do it. Jameer, oh my gosh. Y'all need to stop. Oh my God, it's almost midnight here in London. I was supposed to be off of here 45 minutes ago. Brooke, you in this chat. No, we are really having a time. Well, remember her deal at Century 21 was gone when they closed up shop. I mean, they're back open now, but they don't carry her stuff, I don't think. Toothless, not homeless. No, it did wipe her out because it wiped her out before she came on the show. But what we're saying though, when she finally paid off the lawsuit and all her debts, where was the money going? Because she was seeing close to $1 million on New York, on Housewives. You know what I'm saying? I remember when she paid off, she was on a payment plan with American Express, and she said to one of her interns, I finally paid them back. Now they actually owe me money. They owe me a penny because I paid them a penny over what I owed. I said she was all jacked up. I know she really thanked the Lord when she paid off Amex. No hats afforded. Jameer's gonna have me pass out. Probably into her daughter's college fund. But the JP Morgan already had a college fund already set aside for her that did not involve Sonia's finances. No, we really are having a ball, honey. The Morgan family said we don't know her. This life has me in tears. Kelly ain't that bad, huh? She want her penny back. She needed it. Yeah, Sonia doing Latino magazines like J-Lo doing that Motown tribute. I appreciate you. The way this chat has me cackling at near midnight, unlike Teddy from France, I'm staying put. I love it. She had Amex chime flexed out, honey. Love me some Sonia Morgan. Oh, well, have a good night. Have a good night. You said we laughing and Sonia's a millionaire. I hope she is. I hope she is. Yeah, she was paying those young men. And then remember, she had a breakdown. She said, "You think I want to be with these young boys? Could be who's my who could be my son? You know." She's like, "You think I want to be like a sugar mama? You think I want to do that?" And she was crying about how she wanted love. I said, "Sonia, you got to get yourself together. You have to get yourself together." Teddy wanted us to hurry, honey. I think she sold it. She sold it for a fraction of the price. She sold it for I think 1.5 or 2 million. Teddy is not Teddy. Sonia is 100,000-aire at best. I agree. You said she is the key word. Yes, no, it's true. She should have never left JP Morgan to go on that trip, and her friend swooped and took her life right from under her. No, it's true. But she thought in her mind, she thought, I'm too young and sexy and he's so old. He's not going to leave me. She couldn't be bothered. She could not be, honey. She was on the yachts in Saint-Tropez. She could not be bothered. She was like, I don't want to have to go and spend the rest of my summer with him in the hospital. And baby, her friend flew to that hospital and said, "No, baby, here I am." And he was like, "Okay, you're divorced." Divorced her right from that hospital bed and said, "No, baby, we're done." A mess. Yeah, they were together up until his death. He was her ex-best friend was his last wife. Sonia was his fourth wife. Her friend was the fifth wife. I can give what you want, honey. Destiny swap. Yep, they were still together till his death. No, Alex is correct about that. Shout out to Alex. Alex said it best. Sonia lost out at being a well-paid widow. She really fumbled that bag. Yeah, he passed away last year. I don't blame him. Sonia had one job. Go and Google him. Go and Google him. Go and Google him right now and then come back. Come back. Sit down while you Google him because I don't want you to pass out. I don't want you to fall out. Just Google him. Yes. Yes. And that's putting it mildly. I'm just being yes, that's it. You have me screaming. You have me screaming. You are so funny, Dorothy. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. And that's I'm gonna leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. And on that note, yes, Sonia still had to get this watch in my Nene voice. You said, oh, wow. Yes. Yes. So you said Brooke is late. It's going to give me nightmares now. I am screaming. Yes. Oh, you know it. She was probably saying, oh, yeah, babe, I'm here for you. She's dancing on tabletops. Because when Dorinda said, girl, you pissed it all away. You pissed your marriage away because you were cheating. You were effing around in San Tropez while he was sick. And then Sonia started crying. Dorinda was low-key saying, babe, we all know the deal. You were over there cheating with boy toys and all those sexy guys in San Tropez and you thought he was going to find out about it. Because Dorinda got hurt. That was the only time that anybody's ever touched on why they actually got divorced. That was the first time and the last time anybody's ever touched on why Sonia kept that divorce so secretive. And Sonia had a nervous breakdown when Dorinda said that. Dorinda was like, babe, we all know the truth. You were effing around in San Tropez while he was sick in the hospital and your best friend took him. And that's why you're really mad. I was like, damn. And then they must have told her, Dorinda, don't bring it up anymore. Like, don't talk about it on camera. Child. My God, today, are all his pictures black and white? I'm screaming. Well, I mean, he was born in 1919? So my face was on the floor in that episode. Slerinda wasn't nice, but she was right. Dorinda made it nice. Dorinda ate. Child. This life got me home through traffic and road closures. Oh, I'm happy to hear that. You said not black and white. You're looking at the founder, probably. He was born during Prohibition. Yes, Dorinda whacked her so good at Lou. Yep, they were in the Hamptons and they were at Lou's house. Lou had them over for brunch at her house in Sag Harbor, and Dorinda tore her up. Yep. Child. You guys are too much in these comments. Damn, y'all are reading down. You said he knew Jesus, honey. He's seen some things, honey. Yeah, no, Dorinda got really nasty. Dorinda could, because I felt like Dorinda went too far because Sonia was never mean. Like Sonia was a lot, but she was never cruel. No, I'm lying. She was really nasty to Tinsley. So let me not say that. No, she was nasty to Tinsley. Her and Dorinda were really nasty to Tinsley. So let me not say that. But before Tinsley came on the show, Sonia, I felt, was like very like gentle. And Dorinda, I thought, was really mean for even bringing that up, because Sonia did not say anything that warranted that response. Dorinda just wanted to spill her tea, in my opinion. Yes, you're right. I backed that up, and I said, no, you're right. No, she was mean to Tinsley. She absolutely was. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Sonia fumbled that big bag, honey. Yeah, she was very jealous of Tinsley. She was very jealous of Tinsley. When she was mad that Tinsley bought her that hostess gift, she bought her that Louis Vuitton bag as a thank you present for staying with her. And then she bought her that and the $5,000 gift card to Bergdorf Goodman. And Sonia was like, who gave her the money for this? Like, she doesn't have a job. And Tinsley was like, you do know I come from family money, right? Like, why are we playing this game? Tinsley was too classy to say, I'm rich. You guys know that. Why are you even going to play me? But I did not like that. They were so jealous of her. They were so jealous that she was the youngest. She looked good. She still had men calling her to take her out. They couldn't get a man. They had to chase men. They were so jealous of her, but I could not stand it. I was like, how are you mad, Sonia? You haven't been to Bergdorf Goodman in years. You should be happy for this gift card. Yes, she was. The girls could not take her. Yes, they were so jealous. Talking about Scott bought. She didn't buy it. They were so jealous. She did. Tinsley was too nice, I felt. Yes, honey, she was the youngest girl on New York. Tinsley was definitely the youngest girl, for sure, and they couldn't take it. They were hating so hard. Yes, Tinsley was like Amanda on Beverly Hills, young and rich. She was. Yes. They were all sitting up there trying to buy men. They were over there trying to buy a man, chase a man. They were hitting on men. The way they would throw themselves on men who did not want them was so sad to me. It was pathetic. Yes, Tinsley reminded Sonia of what she used to be. She did lose. She lost it when she's ever seen Tinsley. I agree. Oh, wait, Millie, are you in the chat, Millie? Hey, Millie. Millie, when I tell you, when you have a chance, please go back and rewatch the first half of the episode. We talked about Bose's boring interview. You are going to have a good key. I can't. Oh, Millie, I wish that you were here for the first half of this live, because we had a time. We needed your commentary earlier. I promise you. But please make sure to comment when you watch the replay, because I want to hear your thoughts when you get to the part about that interview with Bose and Jason Lee. I'm dying to hear your thoughts. I really am. Yes, they all turned on her. Because the way Carol was up Tinsley's behind, because Carol, again, a user. When Tinsley would invite her on all those trips, they were in Vegas together, Mexico together. They were in the Hamptons together, all on Tinsley's dime, I might add. They were in Tinsley's Bentley. Carol was right there. Then for her to change up and say, oh yeah, nobody want to hang out with you. Production made me do it. We're not friends. That was nasty work, because Tinsley really viewed her as her friend. That was nasty work. That was real nasty work. Millie, you were missed, honey. Yes, honey. We need Millie's opinion, honey. We need your expertise. Oh, I missed that too. That was nasty work. Yes. Now I will say this though. When they fell out, when her and Bethany fell out, I was on Carol's side when it happened. I thought that Bethany was acting really bitter and really jealous of Carol and Tinsley getting close, and she really crashed out in Colombia. I was on Carol's side, but now looking back on it, I do see Bethany's frustration. Like, girl, you're a social climber, and you jump from who you think is the most popular and who is the wealthiest. because you used me, and now Tinsley's here. Now you want to dump me and be best friends with her now after all that I've done? No, ma'am. Tinsley was on for 3 seasons. Yes, Bethany was at fault for their friendship crumbling. But I do see why she was upset, because Carol, it's like, girl, you switched up. We were best friends, and now all of a sudden I don't hear from you. Like, what's that about? And then for Carol to turn on Tinsley like that and say, girl, I didn't even want to hang out with you like that. A mess. Yes, Tinsley was season 10 through 12. Thank you. I was team Carol too. That divorce made Bethany lose her mind. Bethany was another weirdo. I agree. Yes, she was. That's crazy. Carol got a title and doing all that. I'm still team Carol on that one. Yes. Overall, I'll always be on Carol's side, because I do know Bethany was real nasty to her that season, but I do understand why Bethany was feeling away, because it's like, girl, I feel used. Like, you can't call me. I'm taking you on several vacations. You know, I thought we were best friends, and now you can't call me on the phone, and we can't get together for lunch. Like, now I get her frustration, but she went about it the wrong way. Wait, hold on. I missed the comment that one of y'all said about their fight. Thank God I missed Bose's segment, but I know y'all dragged her. Bethany was cruel. Yeah, Bethany's crash out in Colombia was very unsettling. Very unsettling. She was losing her mind. She was sobbing hysterically at every minute. It was like, girl, what is going on? Bethany is unlikable. She is. Carol did say they could talk when she got back from her trip. Yeah, she did say that. She did. That was the season that Luann dressed up as Diana Ross. Yes. Oh my gosh, the first episode. And then Dorinda was Lady Gaga, and Ramona was Britney Spears. And then Carol was that pilot, Amelia Earhart. And Bethany was like, you smoke now? Like, she's taking this character too far. Like, why is she smoking a cigarette? Oh my gosh. Yes, honey. And Luann would not cop to her doing blackface. It was like, girl, that Diana Ross costume that you put on was a fool. The hair that she got, they were like, girl, that's not how Diana Ross wore her hair. I mean, Luann got the cheapest wig I've ever seen. It was like a Marge Simpson wig. I was like, girl, what is this? She looked a fool. And they were all like, girl, that's blackface. She's like, no, it's not. It's Diana Ross. With that horrible wig. Oh my gosh. Ramona was a good Britney. Yeah, she was a good Britney. Yes, get into Roni. Get into Roni. Because old Roni, listen, old Roni is top 3. Like, if I'm being honest, old Roni is top 3. She really was, like, they really had a phenomenal run. They had a phenomenal run for 10 seasons in a row, in my opinion. Like, no, they had an incredible run. We don't talk about season 4, but like seasons 1 through 3, Chef's Kiss, seasons 5 through 10, stop. Season 5 was just phenomenal. Oh, that trip to St. Bart's was iconic. Luann cheated on her fiance with that pirate who looked like Johnny Depp. A mess, honey. He broke up with her and everything. It was a mess. Old Roni was camp. It really was, honey. It really was. OG Roni is the best Housewives run, in my opinion. That in Atlanta 4 through 10. Yes. No, be cool. No, be cool. Don't be uncool. That was season 7. They were in Turks and Caicos, I believe. Yeah, they were in Turks. They had rented a house in Turks and Caicos, and she brought some strange men back to the house. And that's what she said to Heather, like, don't be uncool. Like, just be cool. That wasn't the same season as The Pirate. When she tried to deny cheating on Jacques with that pirate, I was like, girl, you are crazy. And she did all that, and that pirate did not even want her the next day. He was already on to Sonia. He was already on to Sonia. She fell in love with that man, and he was okay, girl. It was a cute little, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. And he was already the next night on to Sonia. And when Sonia and him slept together, Luann was so jealous. She was so hurt. When he went off to take Sonia out and then to have sex, she was so hurt. I said, Luann, you need help. Yes, she was talking in French like nobody would translate it. And Bravo was so petty. They translated everything that she said word for word. She was like, hi, last night I went out with the French guy who looked like Johnny Depp. Just don't say anything. Just lie and say that, nobody came back home. I was with the Italians last night, not the pirate. And they translated all that she was saying in English. I said, girl, you need help. When I tell you, they were always chasing men down. No, did you see her face? She was so hurt when he took Sonia out to have sex. She was like, oh, you're going out. He's taking you out tonight. Sonia said, yes, it's my turn tonight. I was like, she could have cried. She was so hurt. Luann's French was garbage. Honey, the lore from Aroni is extensive, honey. You went to your usual farmer's market to get fresh iceberg lettuce and asked the cashier and the owner if the lettuce was safe to consume due to the outbreak, and they were so hostile. I thought about what you said yesterday, and I will be boycotting all their establishments. Listen, honey, take your money elsewhere. You don't need to be dealing with all that hostility. They can't even answer a simple question and be nice to you and friendly, and you're giving them money? No, ma'am. A mess. The OG desperados. Luann's face when she found out. She was hurt. She was looking at him and Sonia like Sonia stole her boyfriend. I was like, Luann, this is a man. First of all, you're already engaged to somebody else. You cheated. You're cheating on your man, on your soon-to-be husband, new husband at that. And you have the nerve to be upset that your friend's going to go sleep with this man. You had no business being with this man in the first place because you have a man at home. Luann was a mess. Yep. She was like, it's my turn, honey. He was very handsome. He was very handsome. He was really cute, but it's just kind of like, Luann had no business being jealous or being upset. You have a man at home. Sonia should have been with him in the first place because she's single. You're not. The marriage is bound to fail. No, she was desperate because a man eater does not approach men first. She threw herself at him. A man eater does not approach a man first. She was always shooting her shot with men. I would say if you really want to start with season 3, because you'll have Scary Island. That was a mess. Exactly, Brooke. Okay, we see each other, friend. I am screaming. Sonia wanted her a piece too, honey. I said, come through, Sonia. Oh my gosh. You guys are so silly. Yes, you said start with season 3, skip season 4, and go on with season 5 plus with Roni. Yes, they were always competing for men. When they had their spinoff show, when they were somewhere in the middle of America and they were staying at that motel, and they both had a crush on that guy. I'm going to do my best to describe the man in the most gentle way possible because I forget that I'm not talking in private. It's a very public conversation. I said, it's come to this where you guys are competing for this. I was floored. Yeah, it was called that spinoff, Crappy Lake. Yes, he was a lion tamer. They hit on him first. Be gentle. Desperados Lake. Wait, no, they did not date for a month or so after. Stop it. It was very pathetic. Season 4 was very boring. It was very boring. They were in the middle of nowhere, no men. Desperation was unmatched. Yeah, I'm gonna refrain from saying anything. If you watched the spinoff, then you know exactly what I mean. Let's move on. I said this is pure desperation. I mean, that man was a rough customer, and I'm gonna just leave it there. Yes, she just wants any man with a pulse. Any man with a pulse, honey, is good enough for her. The New York ladies have their athletic cleats on, ready to chase a man. Now, y'all, we did see the sneak peek. That man was a tough sell. No, honey, he was a tough sell and a rough customer. A rough customer. All right, y'all, let's move on to Atlanta. So you guys know that they leaked the sneak peek of the reunion. I don't know what's going on at Bravo, but I don't know why we're leaking stuff, but okay. But we do see their looks. I have them right here. I'm going to show you all right now. Oh, sorry about that. Wait, hold on. Where is the... Okay, here they are. Okay, so these are the looks. Can you guys see them? Can you see everybody okay? So up top, we have Phaedra, Drew, Angela, and Portia. Then at the bottom, we have K. Michelle, Kelly, Shamia, and Pinky. I don't like this color scheme at all. We see each other, friend. If I'm going for best dressed, my favorite looks, Portia, Angela looks pretty, Phaedra looks good. Bottom 3, I do not like Pinky's dress. K. Michelle's is just okay to me. Drew's look is just okay. Kelly and Shamia, it's a no for me. It's not cohesive. Yes, it's not cohesive at all. I'm not, yeah. Shamia and Kelly's, absolutely, no. It's a no for me. I'm not loving it at all. It's giving the Flintstones. I like Angela's. Shamia's a liar. She said Angela looked a mess. Kelly and Shamia look stupid. Their collars are matching. The Atlanta girls never got it right. It's annoying. All that money Shamia can't dress. Why some in green, some in gold, and some in black? Yeah, I don't know. It's embarrassing. Shamia really said Angela was the worst dressed child. Kelly can't tone it down at all. Top Couch has the best looks to me. You said Pinky is preggers, so I expected her not to be great. She doesn't have style, not pregnant. Yeah, she doesn't have style either way. R2D2 and C. Oh no, not R2D2 from Star Wars. I don't understand what the concept is. Oh my gosh. No shade. I need to see individual photos before I make my final judgments. That's fair, Osmond. That's fair. Would it be better if they were all green or all gold? Maybe that's what it is, because they're not all in one color. Don't whack me, please, but I like Shamia's look. To each their own. We're not going to whack you. R2D2 has me screaming. I think the theme is Scotland. Happy Wednesday. Cinderella's stepsister, similar to last year. I like the green. Maybe it'll be better standing up. Portia looks great. Yeah, I'm sure Cynthia came correct. Yes, I think so too. I think Cynthia did a great. I'm sure we'll see Cynthia's picture. I don't like that shade of green that Pinky has on either. I wish she would have done the shade of green that Portia has on. They don't even be trying anymore. It's giving color by chair position. Osmond Snap, sit down, stand up, one-on-one group pictures. What is Kelly's dress doing? Portia and Angela look the best. I can't even look at that. Shamia let Kelly borrow her stylist. Top couch looks good. Yeah, top couch for me are the winners. I'm happy everybody's sitting down. Drew should have put her hair up. Maybe done a ponytail. That green is washing Pinky out. She by Sheree. Yes, I like a one color theme reunion too. This multiple colors is very jarring. Someone on Twitter said they think that they switched Shamia and Kelly last minute. Drapery. The nerve of Kelly to say she set the standard for fashion on Atlanta. Delusional. This reminds me of the end scene of The Wiz. Kelly has Monique's reunion dress designer. Yeah, it's very busy. It's very busy. That's the best way to put it. It's very busy. One color because my head hurts. It's a lot going on in the second couch. So this is how Kelly set the standard. Shamia did all that for third seat. The order of the color scheme is off. I agree. Drew's dress looks off the rack, not for reunion. Not The Wiz. I'm confused as to why half the cast is in green and the rest is in either black or gold. I agree. It's too much going on. Yes, Poison Ivy theme. Child. Yeah, I mean, y'all, I don't have too much to say. I'm just not here for it. Should I take this off the screen? Is it hurting your eyes? It's hurting my eyes. Phaedra does look good. Phaedra looks good. I like the color on her. I like the hair. I think that the top couch is the best for me. They are the winners. Should have just stuck to greens. I'm bored looking at this. Please. Okay, I'm gonna take it off. Let me take off the picture, child. Yeah, no, my eyes are hurting too. So I get it. They're too bunched up on the couches. Please remove it. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much to say. It's not, just like I didn't have a lot to say about about the episode of this past Sunday night. I don't have much to say about these reunion looks. Overall, the top couch looked the best. I don't love the looks as is, but the top couch, they're the winners. But yeah, not much to say. Hey, Jamon Jones, thank you for the super chat. Kelly said she set the standard and it was basically her doing her job as a housewife. I need the Traders theme to stop. Yes, no, I agree. I think that Kelly is delusional. She didn't set any standard at all. The set isn't giving either. I'm over it too, child. Chop. You guys are so funny. Hey, Jamon Jones, thank you for the super chat. The episode in the Berkshires when they got drunk was TV gold. Oh my gosh. They were always getting messed up in the Berkshires. Dorinda would be good and drunk. Bethany would be crying. Ramona's going crazy. They're all going nuts. When Sonia, I think, broke the wall and she something happened. She broke the curtains at Dorinda's Berkshire's home. A mess. I remember this, Liberia Rose. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not even going to read this out loud, but I remember that. She was a lot. If one of us had done that on TV, they'd be calling us all sorts of names till this day. A mess. You said she ripped the fish off. Yes, she ripped the fish off the wall and then her wall needed repairs. Thank you. And didn't even offer to pay for it. I said, Sonia is something else. Ramona tore her room up when she was drunk. Bethany and that fake crying, I cannot. Portia's usually one of the best dressed at the reunion, even during pregnancy. I agree. I think that Portia always hits her marks, especially at the reunions. I think that, yes, without a doubt, she's always looked beautiful. I mean, she always looks good, but you know what I'm saying. The reunions, she always does a great job. I think she's definitely best dressed. Her and Angela and Phaedra get top marks for this reunion. But overall, I don't love the theme at all. You can have all the money in the world. If your taste level's in the basement, it's in the basement. I agree. Yeah, Portia is best dressed for me again this season. I agree. Portia will serve a look. She will. Portia in the black dress, pregnant. Yes, when they went to Japan that season, she looked really good at that reunion. I love when she wears a flowy gown. I need to see Drew standing up. Yes, I think Drew's might look better standing up than sitting down. I miss Nene in her heels. Always a good, nasty heel. Oh, always, always, always. With a crisp white tee and a good jean. 8. They're very scattered. No, I don't think anybody said this one of Portia's best looks. I don't think that anybody said that. I think that for this reunion, she's best dressed. But I don't think it's not my favorite reunion look from her at all. But I think that out of the group for this season, this theme, I think that, yeah, she ate it up. But it's not one of my favorite looks from her, in my opinion. Nene and her caftans, 8. I think Cynthia wore a Giovanni dress or suit. I think Drew looks good. I can't think of one Portia reunion look miss. Yeah, I can't either. Come on, feeling Giovanni. We've seen better from Portia. I said best dress for this reunion, not her best look. Yeah, I don't think, I know what you said. I think we all are in agreement with you that it's not her best look, but she is best dressed for this reunion for sure. I think it's supposed to be a Scottish sash. I think the 2 different color themes make the best reunion looks. Nene knew how to dress her body correctly. Portia's Elvis look was horrible. Wait, when was the Elvis? What reunion was that? When was the Elvis look? When was her Elvis look? I'm yelling. Who would have thought Portia would be the Nene HBIC? Season, oh, yes. Okay, season 9. Yes, the line. Okay, that infamous reunion when that was Phaedra's last reunion for a while. When when Phaedra, okay, I forgot about that. Yes, okay, that's one of my least favorite looks from her. Okay, I forgot about that. The Elvis look, I am screaming. The Candy situation, season 9 with the lies. I am yelling so hard. Oh no, I am yelling so hard. Oh, you guys are so funny. Don't blame Scotland for this foolery, child. Season 9. When Kenya says she looked like Elvis, I forgot about that. Elvis has left the building when you go. No. Candy versus Portia. Oh, you guys were so funny. I forgot all about that reunion. All she was missing was Elvis's glasses. You guys are so funny. Oh, gosh. I hated Portia's first reunion look. Cordell's not perfect by far. I thought she looked pretty for her first reunion. I had to Google. I'm screaming. I had to look it up to laugh again, honey. Kenya had me chuckling at that reunion. They all laughed when Kenya pointed it out. I forgot all about that. I hated Shamia's look for season 9 too. I forgot Shamia, what Shamia wore for the season 9 reunion. Shamia looked great in the season 9 reunion. I'm screaming. You said you hated it and you're like, oh, Shamia looked great. I really hope they bring Kenya back. I hope so for her sake. Wait, she wore a navy blue dress for that reunion. I forgot what Shamia wore. I'll have to go Google it. But my friend, I don't know if they're going to bring Kenya back anytime soon. They didn't let her film the Ultimate Girls Trip season 20. She's not in there, so I don't know. That's because Shamia was forgettable. Even Andy was tickled by that Elvis comment. I am screaming at how I forgot about that. Child. Ooh, Jameer, don't do her. You used to watch Kenya on Prime Video on her new show. Don't do her. Don't do her, Jameer. You know, it's looking like, yeah, I hope that that's not the case. I really hope that she has a second chance. I really hope she has a second chance. I do. I really do. Oh, Jameer, don't do her. Don't do her. Oh my gosh. I'm prayerful because she has a daughter that she's raising, private school tuition. One day it'll be college tuition. She's worked so hard to rebuild her career and to make a fortune, and to throw it all away for a measly 15 seconds of what? Jesus, you said her net worth is down to $800,000 liquid? Allegedly. I love her. Please bring her back. Karma is real. You said she's done, honey. It's a dub. That Brit Edie lawsuit really screwed her. Oh my God, please don't get me started. Don't get me started on him. And picked the dustiest of men to marry and procreate with. Please don't get me started. We'll be back here for another 2 hours. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. And she shot her shot with him. That part takes me out every single time. I just want to cry every time I think about who she married. That man is a deadbeat bum. And now he wants to be back in Atlanta because he's been evicted from his apartments here in New York. A mess. Agreed. You think they're gonna make her wait and make her get real desperate? I can see that too. Wait till she's good and desperate, almost at the brink of, being destitute, and then lowball her and say, okay, girl, you can get back on the show. We're going to pay you 1/4 of what you used to make. Pay her $250 instead of paying her 1.5. A mess. Oh, what a mess. And his chicken and waffles were trashed at his little restaurant. The YouTube channel is dead. I know. That's income right there. You can't talk to these women. They think they know everything. You can't give these women any advice. They know it all. Her YouTube channel could make her a cute $10,000 to $20,000 each month. That's income that she's leaving on the table right there. But they don't want to listen to anybody. They think they're too good for YouTube. Doing payday loan ads. A cool $250, and she better take it. We're talking about Kenya from Atlanta. Kenya Moore. I think he does now, because she had posted pictures of him on Instagram. He's back he's back on the scene now. I said, yeah, probably asking her for money. He probably blew through his divorce settlement that she had to pay him. He probably blew through that because he was evicted from his apartment last year. Like, I just get so mad every time I think about it. I get so angry. She should have never gotten with that man. And the fact that she shot her shot with him. Please don't get me started. Meanwhile, Bronwyn's has 200,000 views on her YouTube channel. Yeah, they don't have the discipline for it at all. And it's no longer in CVS either. Her hair care is Clarence at Sally's. What a shame. What a shame. She used to be in the CVS by me. She's no longer in CVS now. Yes, never liked that bum. He gave creepy and useless from the get-go. It's very sad. Listen, all we can do is call on Jesus. She's a liability now. That's what happens when you pay a man's way. No, it's true. That's the one thing Portia's smarter than her in. Oh, you're very kind. Thank you. Kenya Moore hair cares in the clearance section right next to Kaleidoscope at Sally's. Wow. As soon as Nene laid in the bed that one episode, I said it's a wrap on that YouTube channel. Well, they had lunch together. They went out for lunch together, and she took a picture of him hugging Brooklyn. But they're not back together. I hope they're not back together. How many examples do we need that a woman marrying down doesn't work? A lot of women are hard-headed and they don't want to hear the truth. They're not back together. Kenya has said that that door is closed. Jennifer, I'm screaming. Yes, and I was saying that I think the housewives spend too much money on production for their YouTube channels and they don't make enough to make it profitable immediately, so they quit. Yes, I agree. Just get your ring light, turn your ring light on, open up your MacBook and call it a day. You never win marrying down. Kenya needs the main line, honey. Yes, when she ran off and got married without telling Bravo and they fired her, they put her on pause for that one season and then brought her back at half her pay. She should have known not to try them again with that whole Brit Edie stunt. She was already on thin ice pulling that stunt. You have me screaming. Remember when she said, when the network doesn't want you, you'll notice? Well, look how that backfired. Jesus, I forgot she said that. Yes, you're not at 30 Rock at NYC. Chill out on production. I agree. Yep, honey, we don't believe in building a man over here. He talked to her like he hated her from jump. No, he did. They have to. Y'all would judge them down. No, we wouldn't. We would not do that. We just want to see what they have to say. We've seen Karen open up her MacBook and this was talking, and then she was too lazy to keep finishing on Potomac. She put up three videos on her YouTube channel. They were actually entertaining. She was on the couch, her legs up on the couch, eating, some bonbons, and she was talking about Charisse and cursing, and we were like, oh, come on, Karen, come through. And then we never saw her again. We wanted to see the real. We didn't need a big old production. Just get on the camera and start talking. Give us something. You said drunk as hell, Karen. You said, who is y'all? Yeah, Karen did not do any production. She was just consistent. Well, no, she was consistent for 2 seconds. She gave us 3 videos in a row, and then that was it. Never saw her again. Yeah, honey, she had a whole channel. Heavenly has a basic setup and has many watchers. You said, y'all who? You said, careful now. She twirled off with a crab cake. Yes, that was during season 7 when Charisse brought up how she went to Karen's parents' funerals and she was there for her, and she couldn't understand why Karen didn't like her because she was there for her when her parents passed away. And then Karen got on YouTube and said, I don't F with that because I don't F with that B. Like, F her. And we were all like, oh, Karen, like, give us a tea, tell us more. Like, why do you feel this way? And she was on her couch just hooting and hollering. It got like 80,000 views. And we were all like, okay, Karen, come give us more videos. And she never did. Now, friend, I'm about to wrap this live up. And we about to be here for another 2 hours bringing her up. Now, I didn't bring it up. Millie brought her up, child. I didn't say nothing about nothing. Yes, content that isn't overly produced makes a person feel more authentic as well. I agree. You said hooting and hollering. Oh my gosh. No, I didn't say anything. I didn't say a word, honey. I didn't say a word. Karen could have went far with her content. That was good content. She really went with the win this time, honey. I really don't feel like dealing with her people. I'm too tired. Millie, I am shouting so loud. Please. Millie is on a fraudbusters roll. Millie, I am screaming. Please. Oh my gosh. Trying to make Jameer work overtime, honey. Oh my gosh. Karen had a glass for out all about her channel. You got Jameer reaching for that Don Julio. Millie said there are fraudbusters. Watch, honey. Not fraudbusters, honey. Let them know, Millie. Let them know. Jameer said it's been a long day. Jameer said he working 2 double shifts, honey. No more. Millie has officially entered the chat. Y'all have me yelling so loud. Oh my gosh. No, y'all really are hilarious. Oh my gosh, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh, you guys are so funny. You said Millie is a real one, has lived life and has earned the right to say whatever she wants. I know that's right. Oh my gosh. Millie said, not on my watch. Funny money alert, honey. No, now Millie, if you can do me the biggest favor, please rewatch the first part of this live. You're gonna have a really good time. You're gonna laugh so hard. I need to hear I need to see your commentary. If you wouldn't mind just commenting, I just want to hear your commentary on the whole thing. It's about the Bose and Jason Lee interview. It's literally right off the jump, like 2 minutes into the live, we talk about it. I need to hear your thoughts. Oh, you guys are so funny. But y'all, I'm gonna hop off of here. I hope y'all had a good time. I know I did. You guys are just hilarious. We really talked about everything and then some. I loved it. I really did. Y'all are just everything, okay? Y'all know Millie has her pass. I know that's right. Millie, it was lit. I'm invested, Brooke. Okay, good. Okay, I'm excited. I'm very excited, Millie. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. So, yes, it was a very good and fun live. But y'all, I'm going to end it here. I got a 9-hour flight tomorrow. I'll download and watch. Okay, good. Have a very safe flight. Have a very safe trip tomorrow. Safe travels. But guys, you're going to enjoy the first half. We really cut up. Yes, please. It's at the top of this recap. The first minute and a half, we already get into it. We're not talking about anything else. Literally, it's, hey guys, come on in. Bose. It's a good time. I want to hear see your comments down below. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful evening. I will see you all on Monday, Lord willing, to talk about Atlanta. And honey, it's always a good time talking to y'all, okay? But I'll see you all next Monday. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Have fun. And we will talk soon. All right, guys? Bye, y'all.